Alright, guys, welcome to. Oh my goodness, sorry for that. Welcome back to the Southeast Asia Community Exhibition matches. Quite unfortunately, we had a little bit of delays here, but we're going to be heading straight into the matches. This time, we're going to be playing on the rest of the matches. We have Mega Tyranitar versus Team Navi. We have Overdrive versus Mammal Swine Warriors from the Philippines. So again, it is Mega Tyranitar from Vietnam, Navi from Vietnam as well. We have Overdrive from Indonesia and Mammal Swine Warriors from the Philippines. And now these are the only players left playing for our Southeast Asia exhibition matches. And let's find out immediately going into the game. It is going to be it is going to be Mega Tyranitar and Navi. So let's find out. Let's get into the game. There we go. Just get them. Go. Yeah. Here we have them. I mean, it's been a while as well. We had a little bit of a delay going in, of course, from day number one, which we started at like around 2 p.m. Philippine time, GMT +8. But this time we kind of had to delay it for about an hour since there was actually just a lot going on, so we had to delay it. But right now, it's not enough of those talks. We're gonna be heading straight into the match. This is once again Mega Tyranitar versus Navi, both from Vietnam. So let's find out what's going to be, what's going to be the result here. Who's gonna be the better? I'd have to say, who's gonna be the better team from Vietnam? So here we go. We are just waiting for everyone to choose their Pokemon for the team, and here you go. Kyorge is still with the Mr. Mime, just like what we have been seeing since yesterday. We have Kwang Atu on Greninja, NCT on Eldegoss. We have Solo Art with that of the Venusaur, and Dui Zumega on that of the Wigglytuff. This is actually a pretty good team as well. We have the attacker from the side of Venusaur. There's also the attacking Pokemon from the side of Greninja. But also on the side of Navi, there's the Blastoise, Wigglytuff, Blissey, Cramorant, Lucario. Definitely such a huge team here. Huge CC coming in from the Wigglytuff, and as well as the Blastoise, DPS as well for Blastoise. Blissey could be their sustain as well. And of course, Cramorant and Lucario. Cramorant is going to be the damage dealer by that of the back lanes, and of course, the frontliner would be that of the Lucario for melee damages. So here we have it. Let's find out who's going to be winning this game. Again, this is a best of three. Mega Tyranitar versus Navi. Let's have a champion time. So here you go. Kyorga right now is still going into the top lane. We have the Eldegoss and that of, I believe, yeah, the Venusaur going down as well. Uh, and of course, the Jigglypuff is coming up top as well. Maybe just to get this, Mr. Mime running up, as we mentioned yesterday as well, that Kyorge is actually their initiator. So once Kyorge gets all the moves that it needs, it basically gives out everything. It basically builds a road for their teammates to just roll over and steam over the opposing team. But right now, it's just gonna be waiting a little bit for just waiting a little bit for that of the first Corpish that would spawn in 1 minute. And of course, there's gonna be the bees here. Of course, Quan unite here with the Lucario as well, just trying to look over into the bees as well. Probably trying to take it away from Kyorge. But look at this right now. Water Spout is coming in from Yuki. Is going to deal a lot of damage into Kyorge. It's not going to be enough, though, to take it out. But right now, in just 3 seconds, the boosters are going to come out. We have the positional advantage over to that of the Water Turtle and the Lucario. So let's find out how Kyorge is going to be able to take this one away. He was able to get one combi, though. But that is just enough. That is the only thing that they've got. And now Water Spout is going to be the one that to take out the Vespi Queen as well. Now we're going to be seeing a little bit of a push here. Of course, Lucario here could do some points, but I don't think this Lucario holds in an attack weight, so it doesn't really need to do a little bit do mini points here. As you can see, it still has like 20 points on it. And right now, light screen just to put away the Lucario, but that's not going to be enough to take it down. It's currently at level 5 versus the Mr. Mime at level 5, level 4 rather. And right now, going into the that of the bottom lane, there's going to be a tree ganking, tree mana rotation into that at the bottom lane, and then of course there's the Frogadier as well. Just trying to get some jungles here, get their levels up, before the first Dreadnought to come out, so that when the first objective comes out, they can just like rotate up and probably get into team fights as well. But right now, Quan Unite is doing a pretty good job in repelling away Kyorgi, in harassing Kyorgi. But look at this, trying to bait out a score here. But Quan Unite was able to stop it and deal a lot of damage as well. But look at that coming in as well. Quan Unite still, this is going to be enough though to take it down. It still doesn't have the guard swap, so this might be game for Kyorge here. But missing that meteor mash is going to be quite detrimental, as this is going to be the punish here for Kyorge right now. But power out punch is going to be coming out as well. And there we go. Confusion is going to be hitting that one up. But even with the help of the light screen, power up punch is just too strong to doing a lot of damage, and that just took out Mr. Mime away. But at this point on, I think it's a really great it's a really great exchange as well. Even if Kyorge actually got KO there, that only meant that they are going back to the base quite quickly and faster for them to be able to rotate. But it doesn't matter, as Unite, you're still gonna be able to go down quite immediately as well, and they were able to get the Dreadnought as well for themselves. So definitely quite a huge lead right now for Team Navi. Not only were they able to get the advantage over to the spawns over of the top lane, but they are also going to be able to take the Dreadnought and of course the first tier score goal as well into that of the bottom lane. But let's find out though. Now that Korge has a guard swap and confusion, we know that this is going to be able to deal a lot of damage, as we just saw with the APOM as well. It's almost going to be doing the same amount of damage into anyone that it could get its guard swap on. And look at this right now. Navi is just rotating up top right now, just starting to score in as well. Kyorgi here probably having the specs, but look at that rapid spin. Water spout, Hydro Typhoon is going to be used as well. Solar Art is going down with a Solar Beam as well. Not going to be enough to take down anyone from the side of Navi, and that's going to be a 1 for non-trade. But at the same time, there's also the LD Ghost that got 3 score here, trying to recover some help. But that of the Greninja is going down as well. That's going to be 2 for non in favor of Navi, and they might just be able to take in the Rotom as well, and they did. And look at that. We are going to be seeing guard swap here. Showtime right now. Going to be able to deal a lot of CCs and probably repel away the Rotom as well. And the Blasters is not going anywhere at all, but with the help of the Surf coming from the Cramorant, they might just be able to get away. And with that rapid spin, water spout, they were just able to take away Kyorge in just quite a fashion. And here we have it, of course, a Rotom is still getting repelled away by Team Mega Charizard. They need to be able to come back from this. They are definitely struggling in terms of points. But their objectives here now should lie into getting some XPs, of course, trying to get in some spawns here, get as much Dino, get as much corpus they could get. There's also the Dreadnought that's going to be coming out in just less than 5 seconds. So in a way, they the moment that they would be able to get this Dreadnought, I think that's going to be enough to for them to get the XP that they're missing out going against to this Team Navi. But they might just be too late, as right now Dreadnought's HP is currently less than half. And as I am saying that, Lucario was able to take down the Dreadnought as well. Very good harassment coming in from the Wigglytuff from the side of Team Navi, as they were just able to not only Mega Charizard's late approach into that of the Dreadnought, but also allowed them to block essentially Mega Charizard from getting near the Dreadnought, from essentially from potentially getting it stolen from them. But right now, we're going to be seeing Kyorge here just trying to score in some 14 points into that of the top lane, get as much XP that you could get as, scoring in, and of course at the same time go in for the lesser objective once the higher objective got taken out from you. But look at this, everyone else is going to be rotating up top as well, just to prepare for that of the Rotom. And let's find out how they're going to be able to take this one away. I think Mega Charizard would really need to take this Rotom away from the hands of Team Navi. Team Navi already has a huge lead advantage in terms of XP and points. So if they're not going to be able to take into the road, Tom, it's going to be a tough road. Going into that of the Zapdos with this lead in terms of XP from the side of Navi. But look at this right now, Hurricane in with that of the Surf is going to be dealing a lot of damage here. UCC as well. Showtime is going to be popped up, but we call it Starlight Recital is going to be used as well for the side of Navi. But look at this power up punch is going to be not going to be hitting anyone at all. Aura Cannon is going to be popped out as well. Confusion not going to deal a lot of damage, but with the guard swap off, that's gonna be a huge problem. Water Burst Shuriken right now gonna be dealing a lot of damage for the side of Navi, but not gonna be able to take down anyone at all. Gets a score here from the side of Kyorge, but it's not gonna be enough though for them to be able to push in away. They were able to get into Rotom as well, but look at that rapid spin. Water Spout coming in out as well. Look at that, another one from the bush, from the grass, from the bush. Very good sniper with that of the solar beam from the solar beam, but it's not still going to be enough to take down anyone from Team Navi. Very good guard swap and confusion from the side of Kyorge right here, just to be able to repel away Quan Unite, but it's not going to be enough still to take them out away. Moving forward. Now that the Dreadnought is now up, Navi still has a chance here to take down this Dreadnought. There's still like 13 seconds, but they're not gonna be there's not gonna be enough time for them to rotate down into that of the bottom lane to get the Dreadnought, so they are just gonna be positioning themselves into that of the Zapdos boss pit. And right now, the problem here, though, the issue now here for Mega Tyranitar is if they're going to be able to take down this Zapdos. But look at the sandwich coming in from that of Team Navi. They were able to harass Kyorge without any problems at all, with just less than 4 seconds to take them out. But look at that though. It looks like they're not going to be able to take the Zapdos, as Lucario is still trying to score into their third tier score goal as well. But at the same time, Mega Tyranitar with that of the Greninja is just trying to get in some counter scoring, and I think that's pretty good as well. And not only that, they were also able to get 80 points up top. So definitely they have a bit of a chance here of taking this one out. But Kyorge is going to be using their own Showtime, but it's not going to be enough to make them sustain themselves, just to just to be able to sustain themselves from that of team fight. But right now, with two players out from the side of a Mega Tyranitar, Navi has the advantage over the position into that of the Zapdos, and as well as a little bit of I believe points as well. But as you saw, it's quite a close battle. It could be anyone's game here. It could be Mega Tyranitar. But with that of the missed time Solar Beam as well, Team Navi was able to just get the Zapdos. Mega Tyranitar wasn't able to steal away this Zapdos with that of the Solar Beam, so that's gonna be quite unfortunate, as this scoring definitely just says a lot for Navi here to take this one game. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty close match. It could have been anyone's game, honestly. Especially with the 50. Sorry, was that 50? I believe it was 80 and a 60. For the last scoring from team Mega Tyranitar. So that could have been like, it could have been anyone's game, honestly. Um, yeah, it could have been anyone's game, and it's just quite lucky, for for Navi, that they were able to, they were already securing the Zapdos, and they were able to secure it properly and successfully as well. And if that, if that Solar Beam actually was a little bit later, maybe there could have been a chance where they were able to take down that that Zapdos, but unfortunately that didn't happen, and Navi is going to be taking in the first game. And right now we're just waiting for them to proceed into game number 2. Yeah, what do you guys think of that match so far? What was that? Yeah. Excuse me. I think we have our second casters coming up. pretty soon. But while we're waiting for the next game, let's find out if they're gonna be ready anytime soon. It seems as they're ready. Can start anytime. Let me just talk to them, and there you go. Go. And here we have it. We're gonna be moving forward immediately into game number two for Mega Tyranitar and Navi. So I wonder what's going to be the adjustments here for Team Megatronitar. It seems as if they're still using the same composition. Honestly, I think it was a pretty good play that they did on game number one as well. It's just that they were quite unlucky that they weren't able to get the Zapdos. Honestly, what I felt as well with their last 2 points before anyone took the Zapdos, I think they were on the lead. So let's find out. This composition is already working down in for the side of Mega Tyranitar. So this is they don't need to change anything at all. And I kind of like how why they're sticking into their composition right now. Not to counter what Navi did because it's working. But let's find out it would still work, as this is going to be game number two. Once again, Mega Tyranitar and Navi, both from Vietnam. Whoever's going to be losing this game is going into the losers bracket, and they might still have a chance to get back up into the grand finals later on when if they win their games on the losers bracket. And of course, it's still going to be oh, wait, they're changing up their lanes, bro. They're changing up their lanes. So Eldegoss earlier, was with the Venusaur into that of the bottom lane. But this time it seems like Mr. Mime is gonna be joined in by Eldegoss up top, and the Jigglypuff is now going into that of the bottom lane. Kyorge is just using Eldegoss Gossifleur uh as a sacrificial lamb actually to score in. I think it's gonna be working pretty well, especially with Kyorge using potentially using specs here. They need to score as much as they could, as little as possible, so that it would be the fastest as possible to score in and get those stacks of special attacks for them. With the limit of 6 stacks, of course. But having that huge stacks would definitely help them a lot, especially with confusion and guard swap combination here. Kyorge here is only a CC when there's the ult, when the ult is available. But other than that, it is more or less a DPS for the side of Megatron, and it has been working out pretty well for them so far in the side of the our exhibition matches. But right now, it looks like they're gonna be encountered. They're gonna be welcomed by Quan Unite still, and of course the Blissey up top as well. Quite interestingly as well, we didn't see the Blissey up top for the side of Navi. So leaving that Lucario away into that of the top lane. But right now, maybe they change up their styles, knowing the fact that the Eldegoss for the side of Mega Tyranitar is on the top lane as well, just to make sure that Quan Unite is going to be able to sustain itself. Sorry, not get its own sustains. Going against this Mr. Mime. But right now, even with the help of I don't think it has score shield. Korke here scoring there. But yeah, we are 40 minutes away into scoring in, but Quan Unite is going to be able to score their own goals here. But look at that, another power up punch coming in from Quan Unite. Is this going to be enough though to take them out? Another punch is there to have it, and we might not be able to see. There's still no bone rush for Navi for Quan Unite for Lucario, so that could be pretty good telling. It still doesn't have its XP and all. Well, right now, 6 more seconds, and then we're gonna be seeing the bottom lane into that of the Dreadnought, and whoever's gonna be able to win this team fight will definitely be the one who takes the Dreadnought. So this might be the chance that Mega Charizard is looking for. To get here, to get away and harass Team Navi, and they were able to take down the Dreadnought. But are they going to be able to survive this team fight? Let's find out. But look at that. Guard swap once again coming into play with the confusion. Very huge damage here coming in from Kyorge. But now just trying to score in as well. Gets 25 and 29 and 24. A total of actually, I can't do quick math that quick. But we have the 19 and 34 as well going down from the side of Mega Tyranitar. Definitely going to be able to harass Team Navi into that of the bottom lane. Nobody's up top yet, so I wonder if anyone's taking the Rotom now, or whoever's gonna be able to take the Rotom. But right now, I think Mega Tyranitar needs to go back here, because that's gonna be quite risky if they're gonna be pushing down. Pushing down into that of Navi, especially with the second tier turret, a second tier tower. Sorry, not tower, but like second tier score goal. But right now, as you can see on the map, Mega Tyranitar right now is just trying to rotate up top and probably trying to secure the Rotom as well. Compared to what happened earlier, where they weren't able to take in both of the objectives, the Dreadnought and that of the Rotom. At this time, I think that what they're trying to do is secure it as fast as possible. Maybe pokes the Rotom to bait out Team Navi. But look at this right now. Water Spout with the help of the Rapid Spin going to deal a lot of damage. And of course, Quan Unite as well to help out the Blastoise just to take out Kyorge. But at this point on, Kyorge now has the Unite move, Showtime, so this is going to deal a lot of CC against Navi, especially in team fights. And at the same time, as mentioned, there's huge backlane damage here in the form of Venusaur with that of the Solar Beam, and of course, Wigglytuff to help out as well. For CCs, and then there's the sustain as well in the form of the LD Gauss, albeit it's not running the Pollen Puff. It's running the Leaf Tornado, which has its own advantages. Pollen Puff, you could heal up your allies, deal damage at the same time. But if Leaf Tornado deals damage and provides movement speeds for everyone in your team, so that's actually quite good as well. It just depends on like how you want to play it. But this time, of course, Mega Tyranitar is going to be wanting that Leaf Tornado, and at the same time, they were able to sacrifice that Rotom up top, but in the exchange for that of the Dreadnought. So even if they weren't able to get the Rotom up top, it's fine. They were able to get the XP, which is far more important as an objectives in the game. As you could always just return the favor on points later on in the game, but the XP is something that you can't return. It isn't something that you can just get out of the blue, and that is what they're looking for. That is what they're gunning for this time. We are now at 4 minute mark, so 2 minutes more, and we're gonna be seeing the Zapdos. But in just less than 30 seconds, we're gonna be seeing the Rotom as well to pop up top, and I think who the team that would be able to get the Rotom at this point in the game would have a huge advantage, especially in positioning over to that of the Zapdos, because whoever's gonna be not taking their Rotom at this point in the game would get distracted, would get their would get the sorry would get distracted and would need to defend their score goal against the Rotom. Unless they don't want to do that, then they'll be eating 40 points away from that of the Rotom. But right now, it looks like Team Navi was able to was gonna be able to repel away Mega Tyranitar and just be able to poke in some damage into that of the Rotom, and they're gonna be having some scores here. Not gonna be a fun time. Definitely gets 3 points here for Kyorge. Gets in the Showtime as well, but with that of the Rapid Spin, of course, that's actually one of the biggest threats here for Blastoise, as Rapid Spin doesn't really what do you call it? It puts it in an unstoppable state where you can't CC it at all. But right now, Mega Tyranitar had the Rotom, and Team Navi is just trying to repel away the Rotom, trying to take it out. But look at this, 30 more seconds, right? 30 more seconds, and they're still trying to protect their own score goals against the Rotom. It definitely gives a huge advantage in terms of positioning for the Mega Tyranitar into that of the Dreadnought, and of course the Zapdos as well. And of course, Kyorge right now here is just trying to take the attention of these three Pokemon right now, just for them to be able to position themselves properly into that of the Zapdos. So welcome, I believe this is Shaggy. No, what's up with you? You sent me your you sent you sent your you sent your face cam. Anyway, while that is happening, while that Shaggy from Indonesia is doing that, we are now into the last 2 minutes of the game. But as we can see, Kyorge here is just getting sandwiched right now. But as in time before getting KO, they're gonna be using the showtime just to be able to sustain themselves, but not gonna be doing a lot in terms of CCing, Team Navi here. But look at that. Navi as well is currently into that of the low health. Quan Unite is going to be able to survive with that of the eject button, and that's going to be 2-for-1 trade in favor of Megatrantor. They might not be taking the Zapdos right now. They just want to score in. Very good CC coming in from the side of Wigglytuff here, singing this what call this singing this Blissey just to prevent them from stopping them from scoring 100 up top. But look at this right now. Gatling Gut Missile is gonna deal a lot of damage right now. Kyorge is almost getting KO, but at the same time, Wigglytuff from Team Navi was able to take in the Zapdos. They just need to ignore everyone from Team Tyranitar right now and score in some points. I think that also secures the game for this time, and Navi seems to be winning. Seems to be the one who's going to win 2-0 against Team Mega Tyranitar, as they're not going to be able to score in as much to get back against Team Navi at this point. And there we go. Kyorg is just standing here, just waiting for the games to end. And there we have it. That is game. It is Team Navi who won 2-0. So check it. Wow, you're looking pretty fresh, bro. You're looking pretty fresh. I'm not even gonna lie. Like fresh, bro. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Right.
To disrupt opponents and make Megatarda to pick up and knock out the Zapdos, and which we believe like the 100 on top by the Venusaur is a great play, right? But I believe that they should have just targeted the Zapdos right when there's still information, even though there's only 4 people, or basically Pokemon, they just should start right away, because like nevertheless, if they lost the Zapdos, or even if they're able to score, they'll still lose the game.
Right, and I mean, like, that is actually what happened in game number 1 as well, as I mentioned during the stream. Mega Tyranitar actually had a pretty good composition as well. They were able to do some split-second decisions that almost made them won the game on game number 1 as well. But quite unfortunately, that Zapdos is just quite detrimental for any team at all that wouldn't be able to take it. And from there, of course, whoever is not going to be able to take it, if they can't defend it, well, I wouldn't say properly, because it's really hard to defend against a team who already got the Zapdos. So, whoever's not going to be able to take it is going to be in quite a detrimental state, and that is just what happened. Navi, securing the Zapdos twice in a row in game number 1 and game number 2 just gave them the win. But I'm not saying as well that it was just the Zapdos that gave them the win. We saw the team fights as well from Team Navi going against Team Mega Tyranitar, and they put up quite a fight against them as well. So it was quite a very convincing win for Team Navi on that game. But Shaggy, we're gonna be seeing Indonesia and Philippines next. So,
and this is the match that I've been waiting. Especially, this is the same match on our first game yesterday, right?
Match 1,
so
yeah.
Definitely, match 1. and we know that these two teams are kind of like they know each other in terms of how what strategy they're going to play, right? And I think what's the most interesting part is that arguably like match one yesterday was one of the best match, match that we watched, right? So I'm expecting to see some
no
more,
bias because we're from Indonesia and Philippines. No bias at all.
No bias.
No, I'm kidding.
But the game is just so it's on
so
a head-to-head level.
close.
It's so close. It's really close, right? So I was expecting, I'll be expecting many better games throughout this upcoming at least 2 to 3 games. We'll be going to see from MSW and also from Overdrive.
Right, and that being said, we're going to be having a short break so that we could prepare Mama Swine Warners and Overdrive so we could deliver you the action immediately when we come back, only here at Pokemon Unite Southeast Asia Community Exhibition. And here we are back. As we told you, we're just setting up the game, the lobby, so that we could immediately, deliver you the action here once again back in Pokemon Unite Southeast Asia Community Exhibition matches. Once again, my name is JJ from the Philippines, and with me is Rio Shaggy from Indonesia. I think the players are now ready. Yeah, the players are ready, and we could just head straight into the game.
Right. I'll be expecting to see what kind of roster or setup that they'll set up, like what kind of Pokemon they'll be using,
Uh
which I
huh.
think will be very interesting, especially like they already know that they'll be going to meet each other, right?
Uh huh.
And they have the whole night to prepare for this game,
Right. And I mean,
right?
like at the same time, right? Like they have been using the same composition. Sorry, not the same composition, but rather the same strategy. One player is going to be left up top, and then there's going to be four people who's going to be rotating into that of the bottom lane, not letting anyone in the jungle as well. So I wonder what's going to be the adjustments for both of these teams. Overdrive and Mammoth and Wanners. What they're going to be doing against each other, as they have pretty much the same strategy. So maybe they would be adjusting a little bit of their strategy to get ahead of the other. But at this point on, we can only find out once the game has started.
Right, right. I believe like for Overdrive, the difference was on the Cramorant,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Mammoth and Winers has the Ala Ninetales, if I'm not mistaken, on the second game,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which again, like Ala Ninetales is just I think one of the most powerful Pokemon in the meta right now, with
Mm-hmm.
the crazy amount of Aura Veil,
Uh huh. Uh huh. And then there's
right?
also the
And
CC. There's also the CC coming in from this. Coming in from the dazzling gleam, and then of course, the moment that it gets its boosted attack, especially with the help of the Aurora Veil as well, it could give you some freeze chips that I would like to call. Which once once you get the entirety of all of the snowflakes, you're going to be stunning essentially your opponents. And then if you use Snow Globe as well, if your opponents are frozen, it's going to deal more damage than ever.
right, and not to mention the Unite move as well is very very hurt. I mean, it's not as powerful as Blastoise per se, but it's still pretty powerful.
Yep, snow globe, definitely, definitely. Again,
Yep.
it gets its boosted damage if that Pokemon, sorry, if the Pokemon that is going to hit are frozen, as well. So definitely, that is quite huge of a team here, huge of a combo rather for freezing and then snow globe. There's also the Aurora Veil and that of what do you call this? Aurora Veil and the dazzling gleam, but it seems as we're not going to be seeing the Aurora. Sorry, the Aurora Veil. No, of course we're not going to be seeing the
Yep.
Aurora Veil, but we're we're not going to be seeing the Alola Ninetales for the side of Mamoswine
Venusaur is their
runners.
choice.
This one, yeah, it is going to be the
It's the same
Venusaur.
with game one. It's the same with game one.
Yep.
On the game one, on the first match, they're going with the Venusaur, which actually they have a better advantage in terms of overall game compared to the second game. I think that's why they want to go with the first strategy that they were in, using the
Mm-hmm.
Venusaur. And again, like all the other composition for the other four Pokemon was actually pretty much the same, with
Uh huh.
mid Squirrel, and of course like the Cramorant, which is a huge CC, especially in the early game, with taking out the bees. Seems like Mamasawa is taking it in the beginning in terms of the Audino, right? But
Mm-hmm.
managed to be knocked out by Melon with his Cramorant.
Right. And here we have it, as you mentioned, the Cramorant here is actually a pretty good Pokemon as well, especially that of the early game. With that Whirlpool dealing some slow against their opponents, and then of course there's also the there's essentially just with that Whirlpool, right? That is a quite a huge move into that of the early game. Quite a good CC as well. And right now we are seeing the same strategy. There's three people right now into that of the bottom lane for the side of Overdrive, but for
Yeah,
the side of Mamoswine, let's find out if how many players do they have. They have four people right now into that of the bottom
right,
lane, just waiting for the
right,
bees to come out for them to be able to take it out.
right.
And here you have it. It unfortunately though it was Overdrive that was able to get the beast.
Uh, but I think this is a bit different, or a bit game of change from Overdrive, where in the previous game, Wartel decides to go for the bottom lane to take out the beast, but right now actually Wartel just tried to go up instead of trying to fight out the amount of experience points that can be shared between these two teams. He just want to go up on top, helping the Lucario, and manage to take out the beast up on top, and make sure that during the Dreadnought battle, which is the
Mm-hmm.
objective battle, he's already on level 9.
Right. And We just 1 minute away before the first dreadnought comes. Oh wait! Look at that! Do you see that? Do you see that? It
Yep.
looks
Yep.
like the Lucario from the side of Overdrive right now is just trying to get in some rotations here, but it seems as they were ambushed away and just got repelled away, and actually that's quite pretty good as well. So that's one of the strategies for Lucario here, right? It's one of the best Pokemon to
Sure.
use and invade instead of the jungle, and if someone from the other team would interrupt that Lucario, that would then essentially make them give up their lane if they're going to be helping out the jungle that the Lucario has that has harassed and invaded. But right now we're gonna be seeing that in play right now. As we see, we're gonna be having some team fights instead of the bottom lane. Mammoth
Lucario is
Ryan
still
Waters
not
right
knocked
now
down.
is getting almost, well, I wouldn't say demolished, but like getting pushed back. But look at this as well, very low health right now for Overdrive, and it's not gonna be enough for them to actually get away, as Eldegoss is gonna be taken down.
Yep. But they're still not. Nobody is still actually hitting off
Dreadnought.
the dreadnought. I think they already start, right. They already started
Mm-hmm.
dreadnought, and it's a bit of a shame that.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
Eldegoss
Eldegoss
was
takes
able
the
to take
dreadnought.
that. Mm-hmm.
Right. I think it's a bit of a shame that the Melon, I mean, like the Overdrive's team, they were taking out at the wrong timing. They were pushing too much, and
Mm-hmm.
in return, they are not able to take out any knockouts. And in another sense as well, they also being defeated in terms of the health points, right? That's why they were being pushed back, and they're not able to take out the Dreadnought. Right now, Overdrive trying to go up on top, trying to take out the other objective, which is the Rotom. The Surf is going to take the Rotom nearer to Overdrive side, able to take the Rotom out, and right now they're trying to push and make sure they get the winning lane up on top, with the Rotom is coming in, but the Solar Beam is able to knock out. Oh, wait, was it?
I believe so as well. I believe so that it was
It's
the solar beam. But look at that as well. Hoenn High right now going in for that Hydro Typhoon just to be able to repel away Overdrive, and I think that's a pretty good idea as well. Since Overdrive already got the Rotom, so at this point on, I think what Mama's Fine Warners could do is position themselves for the Dreadnought.
Right. That's really a great timing as well from the Surf, from the Cramorant, able to take out, I think, most of the combis, if I'm not mistaken. And right now,
Mm-hmm.
the Unite move is also ready for the second objective, which is the Dreadnought. That will be spawned in the next 15 seconds.
Right, but at this point on, Overdrive, still has the lead in terms of points. I think Mama Swami Warriors just going to ignore the fact that they are losing in points. It's still fine. They're
Right.
still like 5 minutes into that game. They just need the XP. They just need to get the Dreadnought, as they did on the first time earlier on today. As XP
Right.
is huge here in this game, and they could just like get back up against Overdrive in terms of the points after the Zapdos come out. But we're gonna
Right.
be
The
seeing
Unite
here the
coming out.
Gatling Gulp missile, and as well as
And
the Hydro
also,
Typhoon. Very good CC, huge damage right now coming in from Overdrive, and that was going to be enough to take down Tree from the side of Mammoth Swine Whiners, and at the same time take out this Dreadnought, get the positional advantage over that to that of the Dreadnought, and just
but it's
take that
still
away
not
for the
enough.
team.
It's still not enough. Like the Dreadnought is still up. Oh, okay, wait.
It's
It's,
not. It's
it's
not. It's
already
no
taken
longer.
out.
It's
Right.
no longer.
Oh, no longer, no longer. I thought because like just now the Dreadnought resets, right?
Yeah. If you attack it in quite a long range, and it
Yep.
kind of resets its health. But like if you go just for a certain distance, it wouldn't reset itself.
Right. And I think right now, for right, we see most of the Pokemons are on top from Mamaso and Whiners, and Cramorant is trying to steal up 40 points on the lane below, and picks up 40 points to the team,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it very advantageous for Overdrive right now. But as we know, and as we've seen on the first game as well, Battlestar Wires is really great in terms of trying to pick up the final objective, which is
Uh-huh.
the Zapdos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they were able to win the last two matches that they have met with each other. And I believe like right now, Overdrive is trying their best to knock out and remove Mama Swan Winers from the tournament, especially. Yeah, right. I mean, this is actually more important than the first
I mean,
match
yeah,
because
that's actually a trick. Is like, just going with that. In the first match, it could have been, and anyone could have still lost. They still have a chance, to go
yeah,
against the other teams. They're still at the part of the winners bracket. But as you mentioned, whoever's gonna be losing this match is going to have to say goodbye to our exhibition matches brackets. So as you mentioned, this is gonna be quite the an interesting match for both of these teams, Overdrive and Mama Swine Winers.
right. And I think right now everybody is trying to have their max health. All of the Pokemon's United 10 Pokemon are ready, to go for the objective, which is knocking out the Zapdos. We see the Lucario is there's Lucario's trying to initiate the attack, trying to initiate. We see the Rapid Spin and also Water Spout from the Blastoise. But all right, I think Mamoswine is going onto the pit. Try to knock out right now. He's going to go in with a surf. With the definitely
Galt
gonna
Missile.
and
Cloud
also
Crash
extend
as
the
well.
range with the Blastoise, but not able to knock out the Zapdos. The Zapdos is still up, and it's being taken out by Mamoswine. Being taken out by
No.
Overdrive. Being
Mm-hmm.
taken out by Overdrive, and Overdrive is all rushing in to the opponent's side of field. There's the water goal, 2 water goals, 3 water goals, and we see a 50 on down below, but it's going to be blocked by the Eldegoss. And
There you go. Yeah, we weren't able to see
yeah,
that quite well as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Eldegoss is able to prevent any score, and also up on top, there's still Lucario guarding the first tier, which has not been able, being knocked out, being destroyed by Mamoswine Winers.
Right. And here we have it. Of course, we're going to be seeing someone defending here from coming from the side of Overdrive. As at this
Yep.
point on, it's almost as if that Overdrive already has this game. They were able to score in a lot of points, and at the same time, Overdrive still has 2 score goals, which still doesn't have any points junked in on. So it's pretty much safe to say that Overdrive already wins this game. So right now we're just waiting for the game to end, and let's find out how Mama Runner is going to be able to just adjust into game number 2.
Yep.
This is
I want to see
basically what
what
happened as
Mamoswine
well.
Winers doing. I want to see
Yeah.
what Mamoswine Winers is doing. All right, they're still trying to, take out some points, but obviously they're unable to. I think during the last few seconds, they're actually going to, sweep out all the jungles and try to rush in to actually take the water gold points and trying
What?
to, balance out, balance out. But I don't think like it's possible comparing the difference was so big.
Yeah. Definitely. And what's really interesting here as well is that on match number 1 yesterday, right? On match number 1 yesterday, it was actually Mamoswine Wonders who won against Overdrive in a 2-0 fashion. But right now, Overdrive is the one that won against Mamoswine Wonders first. So it might be the the revenge coming in from Overdrive going against Mamoswine Wonders. It could be that. So right now we're just waiting for the teams to set up the matches once again before we start off the game as well.
But looking back, a bit of analysis on the game, right? I think what's different in terms of Overdrive play compared to the first game that they did was one water turtle during the first beast going up on top instead of going on the bottom, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
think that plays a huge difference in terms of the XP points, as we see that the Blastoise is actually able to, evolve before, and on the Dreadnought, I believe like it's already on the Blastoise and able to to use the Unite move, which is big on the previous game. And also the thing that I realized throughout all these 3 games that they have played, the one that's starting the Zapdos is the ones that lose the game. So They might
Yeah,
wanna.
they are using the Zapdos to bait out the other team into starting it, and then once they are damaged in by the Zapdos, then they swoop in like a vulture and then try to damage them as well, and then take the Zapdos for themselves.
Right, right, right. And I think also, in terms of in the beginning of the war, the Lucarios from Overdrive side was actually
Mm-hmm.
making a good initiative onto ambushing the bush, which has
Mm-hmm.
two Pokemon at that point. I think that's also, one of the points that makes uh,
A bit,
Momos on Winders
yeah.
a bit surprised there, right? And
Mm-hmm.
try to to use all the moves like all the cotton guards and all these
Yeah.
kind of skills to make sure that they are not getting knocked out. So in terms of
Yep.
like the timing itself, the timing of using the move, especially the Cramoran, was really really good on the last war on the Zapdos just now.
Right, and I totally agree to everything what you just said. Number one with the water turtle, not actually, isn't really what call this doesn't really come into the data on the bottom lane. So of course, there's not much of a XP split in terms of the side of overdrive. And then at the same time, that Lucario strategy actually is usually used as the early game. So, in this kinds of composition, usually you have Lucario and one jungler. Your jungler stays into your own lane, into your own jungle, and then your Lucario is going to be the one invading onto the other side's jungle. But unfortunately, well, yeah, unfortunately for Mammoth and Warners, what Overdrive did is just to reiterate what you just said is that they had a pretty good timing, was able to shock, basically surprise, Mammoth and Warners for doing that quite a little bit later than of that of the early game. And then from then on, as I mentioned, that kind of strategy basically breaks the laners for each game. As usually, there's the jungle, and then two up top, two at the bottom, right? And then
Yep.
if there is the Lucario strategy coming in, there's always going to be one who's going to be left behind, right? If they're going to be helping the Lucario, and from there is that lane that got left with only one player left is going to get ganked out pretty heavily. But at this point on, for this case, rather for Mama Sonic Miners, what it did is two of their Pokemon actually help out into that of the Lucario, going into their jungle, which made them three Pokemon into that of the jungle, leaving only two more Pokemon for the bottom lane, and then leaving no one into that of the top lane. And from then on, as you mentioned, Lucario was just able to just get their attention, remove them from play, and from there get all the XP that they need.
Yep, yep, yep. But I also want to say props to the Venusaur from
Mm-hmm.
Muscle Wires because like he's able to give up good solar beams, good
Mm-hmm.
damages, especially early in the game on the Razor Leaf, giving up that very offensive pressure onto the lane.
Yep.
Even though Crabber is really really offensive in the
Mm-hmm.
early game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Bulbasaur was actually able to negate that offensive pressure as well. So
Mm-hmm.
really really props to the Venusaur as well.
Right. And speaking of the Venusaur, we might be able to see the Venusaur once again come back for our game as we are now proceeding into game number two, maybe game number three as well if Mama Swine Warriors wins this game. But right now, let's find out what's going to be the composition here for Mama Swine Warriors. It's not going to be the Venusaur no more. It is going to be that of
Oh,
the
Lord
Alola
Ninetales.
Ninetales for the side of Mama Swine Warriors. So this is what you have been wishing for earlier. This is the Alola Ninetales right now coming in from Mama Swine Warriors.
Right, and we actually also see three full heals right now from Eldegoss, Wigglytuff, and also Lucario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
actually,
I, I, I,
that's actually
there's a change on that
pretty.
as well.
Yeah, I think they are just trying to be wary of the fact that they might be CC'd in by that of the Jigglypuff.
Hmm.
Since if you got sung in by the Jigglypuff, you could always what call this? You could always full heal yourself to get away from the sleep status, and from there essentially negate that CC from the Jigglypuff.
Yep. Do you think that the Jigglypuff will choose Rollout at this point?
Sorry.
Do you think the Jigglypuff will take Rollout at this point?
I'm actually not sure for that.
But it might make sense a bit, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Hmm. But let's find out though, how it's gonna be
Right,
played out, in this game,
right,
as we are seeing Melon right now and MYP just getting harassed in by that of the Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Vulpix, and that of the Jigglypuff. It's that of the bottom lane. But we are also seeing some of the harassment, some of 1v1s up top. Will the Gossifleur and that of Lucario still trying to just get in some points to get in maybe attack specs. That's why they wanted to get that one up, or maybe even get an advantage over the XP immediately. But right now we're gonna be seeing the
right,
Hurricane right now from Melon, and this is going to prove quite a lot. A huge statement for Melon right now, especially that this is quite an annoying combination right now. Whirlpool and
right.
Hurricane.
Right, right. Especially early in the game, as we can see just now, right? It's very,
Uh
very
huh.
powerful, and Jigglypuff just comes in and also uses Say Ashley, so no rollouts on this game, but able to take the knock. Oh, on top, up on top, Wartle is actually being knocked out by the Gossifleur.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think Mama's Wires is going for the offensive pressure onto the jungle actually, right? And
Mm-hmm.
right now on the bottom, Jigglypuff is able to score 10 points on the bottom, and we see the damage is able to
Wow.
knock out a lot of
So
points, a lot of health. Actually, on the opponent side of the field, it was crazy.
right, it's actually pretty crazy how I just realized that okay, Mama Swine Warner's adjustment going adjustment against Overdrive is literally to use the same strategy that was used against them against Overdrive. And
But
it
okay,
actually worked. It actually worked out pretty well for them as well.
yeah, but I think the main difference is there's a lot of support going into the jungle instead of just now the support was only there's only Lucario, trying to
Uh huh.
chip off the damage or taking the jungle from Mammoson Wire's side. But just now was like the whole team was actually going onto the jungle.
Dude, if there's gonna be like five people, trying to gang up on me, I would lose as well. I would lose as well.
Right. And there was not a double slap but a dazzling gleam from Wigglytuff opponents. Mammoson Wire's Wigglytuff.
Right. And right now
Dread
we
now.
just saw that the Dreadnought is now up, but it looks like the positional advantage is on the side of
Right.
Overdrive, so they might just be able to take this down without any
Right.
problems, and they did. And the thing here is that they still need to be able to take down Mama Sorry Wanted. They still need to harass them away, push them away for them to be able to get in some score. And there are
Able
times
to
as
score
well
as
where
well.
yeah, there are times as well where there are circumstances where you might be able to get the Dreadnought, but you are gonna get taken down by the opposing team. That is something that you don't want to happen for your
Yep.
side of the team, because that's essentially giving your opponents Dreadnought as well.
Yep. Same, especially when your level is higher, right? You're actually giving
Mm-hmm.
more EXP to the opponent as well. So it's not something that you want, especially running out in this, super high level of gameplay.
Right. And right now we're gonna be seeing some poking here into that other road, Tom. It looks like Overdrive has the advantage over that. They're just poking that up to deal a little bit of damage. Unlike the Dreadnought, this road, Tom, doesn't really. Well, it's not that it's not really. It doesn't actually recover its health if it actually goes back. So that's actually quite weird as well. Knowing the fact that Rotom doesn't heal itself up when it goes back to its position when Dreadnought does it. It's kind of weird. Honestly, if you think about it.
Right. And right now we have seen both Pokemon's, both Blastoise has been evolved to Blastoise. And,
Uh huh.
right now the real game began. Like the real games begin, right?
With Hydro
And,
Typhoon, right?
yeah, with Hydro Typhoon, right? And like you see the Blastoise, right? Blastoise with Water Spot and also Rapid Speed, huge amount of damage. Very
DPS
very
definitely.
bulky, and also like with the Torrent, like damn Torrent, like when your health is lower than half, the damage
Uh
is
huh. Uh huh.
actually amplified, which is really powerful in terms of team wars.
Right. 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 So See, that's oh my goodness! Here we come with the typhoon coming in from Virus, but that's not gonna be enough of a hell, as there wasn't really enough of the follow up of damage into that side of the
Right.
Mammoth Swine Riders. But it looks like Overdrive was going to be able to make use of their own Hydro Typhoon just to be able to repel away Mammoth Swine Riders, push them away, and secure this Dreadnought for
Dreadnought as
themselves.
well. Wow, two Dreadnoughts.
They didn't even,
And
I actually like how, I actually like what Overdrive is doing here. They don't need to KO anyone from Mammoth Swine Winners. They just need to push them away, get the objectives, and then get back up. That's all that they need to
right,
do, and that is what they're doing. They don't need to take as much. Well, I mean, they're not taking a lot of risk. They're making sure that they're playing safe, but not scared.
right. Especially, it's very, very important, right? Like again, this is a bit different from other kind of MOBAs, right? Killing is not the objective. The objective is to have an offensive pressure on your lane, right? Taking out the objectives, the rotoms, the dreadnoughts, scoring as many as points as possible, and to make sure that you win the game. Because again, like you can kill all your opponents as many times you want, but you can still lose the game.
Definitely, definitely.
Right, so Rotom is going onto the overdrive side. Sorry, going to Marble Swan Whiners up on top, but they will be being defended by other four Pokemons on Mammal Swan Whiner side and able to knock out that Rotom with no sweat. And we see the Lucario is trying onto the jungle, but
Oh
does not.
wow,
Oh, that
snaps,
was
right?
huge. Yeah, that was a huge power punch. There was a
Right.
huge power punch.
But right now, we are on a close battle for both of these teams. So, whoever's going to be able to take in down the Dreadnought, definitely, I think Overdrive is trying to, push away Mammoth Swine Wonders to position themselves into that of the Dreadnought to take that one up, get their XP gap, even higher than it already is.
Yep.
And they have enough time to take the Dreadnought, really. But that is
Yep.
all if they are going to be able to take down Mammoth Swine Wonders and at this point of the game. And it looks like we're going to be seeing Snow Globe as well getting put in, but not going to be enough of a ult. More Dar is going to go in for Starlight Sidle, not going to be able to sing and sleep that Cramorant, but it's still going to be enough to take it out. But at this point on, it looks like they were able to win the team fight, but they're not going to opt in to take the Dreadnought. Quite interesting. Actually, you know what? I think it's great as well because if you take the Dreadnought, there's the 90 seconds debuff on damage against Zapdos. So
Right,
that actually kind of makes sense as well.
right. I think the mistake was Wigglytuff was actually going with the ultimate move, right? So it's not being so even though if they take a Dreadnought, it's not enough to debuff that remove that debuff from the Dreadnought, and we see the Zapdos is going to be taken out by the Overdrive and the all right, but able to knock out most of the Pokemons except the Blastoise on Mamoswine Wires. We see the Wanna Go, and the Blastoise from Mamoswine Wires is trying to take out 100 points on Overdrive side, which is where is he gone? He's going up on top, battling against the Lucario. He just cannot afford to go into middle
Uh huh.
because it's not destroyed yet.
Definitely. But I'm actually thinking as well. It doesn't actually matter if they got the Dreadnought 90-second debuff because now that I think about it, they have Wigglytuff and Wigglytuff ult, could actually remove the debuff from their
Yes,
team.
yes. But on the battle against the for the Dreadnought,
Ah, yeah, they
the
already
Wigglytuff
popped
uses
in.
to unite. Right.
Yeah,
They
they
pop-
already used it.
So it's not even worth it to go for the Dreadnought anyway. That's why
Now that you mention it, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's why just now when Overdrive, when they were like actually losing the battle, their health was less than half.
Uh-huh.
And they also know that Mammoth Whiners have, used the ultimate move. Mammoth
Uh-huh.
Whiners has used the ultimate move. They just don't care. I don't care if I die, right? As long as we can have the time to respawn and go to the middle and take out the Zapdos, that's what's important to them. Which is, very, very objective driven from Overdrive. Really, really great gameplay.
And that being said, it is going to be Overdrive winning a 2-0 against Mama Swine Wanderers, which is actually the reverse of what happened on match 1 yesterday. Again, it was Mama Swine Wanderers who got 2-0 against Overdrive earlier, but this time it is going to be Overdrive who wins 2-0 against Mama Swine Wanderers. So definitely huge props to Mama Swine Wanderers for giving us quite a good match going against Indonesia. But this time it's going to be Overdrive moving forward into our losers finals, which is going to be which they are going to go against Vietnam. So that is something to look forward to, Shaggy.
Right. And I think this is the first time for Indonesia to play against Vietnam as well, right?
I believe so. Wait, what is happening?
No. It's okay.
Okay,
my
there you
fault.
go. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, there you go.
But it was really great gameplay by Overdrive, and I think Amazon Wires actually making a great changes as well.
Mhm.
Like they really did a great change in terms of the strategy going onwards all the way to the Overdrive jungle. That was a really great change from their side.
Right, and again, even when Mama Swine Wanderers already tried to use the same technique, the same strategy that Overdrive did against them in game number 1, quite unfortunately, while it actually worked out pretty well for them in that of the early game, it's not enough for them to take over the entire game, especially with that of the Zapdos at the very last minutes of the game. But right now, again, it is going to be Overdrive who's going to be moving on to our losers finals. And once again, congratulations, huge props as well to Mama Swine Wanderers for giving us quite a good match. And again, it is going to be Mega Tyranitar and Overdrive from Vietnam and Indonesia, respectively, for our losers semifinals. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for that game in just a bit. And we are now finally back once again for the Southeast Asia Community Exhibitions. Once again, my name is JJ, and with me is Ryu and Shaggy. And this is the losers finals, and whoever is going to be winning this is going to join up Navi on the grand finals. So I am pretty
Right.
stoked to see this. We're definitely going to be seeing the what do you call this? We're going to be seeing the Mr. Mime once again from Kyorgen.
Again. Wow, man. I think the Mr. Mime should be um one of the top players, I guess.
Yeah.
Like top players of Mr. Mime. Because the way that he plays it's so good. The crowd control was really great for the showtime. The damage was crazy as well. From the confusion and also from the walls. The stunning. It makes his friends, it's easy for him to take out the knockouts, especially for example for the Greninja, right? Confusion, less than half, hit 1-2, surf, that's it. It's like, and again, like with Overdrive, I think in comparison with Mega Tyranitar, Overdrive has a bit more experience in terms of the formation of how to come in on playing like very their way of playing is really for the objective, like really targeting the objectives, right? So I think that's why it's really interesting to see this upcoming match with Overdrive and also Mega Tyranta. We'll see there's no change in terms of lineup from Overdrive. We'll still be seeing the Lucario, the Cramorant, Blastoise, Wigglytuff, and also Eldegoss.
Right. And let's find out what's on the other end. It is going to, of course, the Mr. Mime that you're
Mr.
looking
Mime.
forward to. We have the Venusaur as well. We also have. Okay, you know what? Let's just move over into the other side, right? So it is the Blastoise. Sorry, it's the Mamoswine. Wait, what am I looking at? No, sorry. It's the Mr. Mime, Venusaur, Wigglytuff, Greninja, and Eldegoss. There you go.
Right. And we also see the same still lineup, same line from Overdrive. It's going to be interesting to see because again, Venusaur and also Cramorant is able to fight heads on in terms of the beast. The first beast, right? I'm just interested to see from Mega Tyranitar's side what is he going to do on the top lane, which will be battling against Overdrive's Lucario.
Right, and here on out, right? Like it's gonna be really hard to tell for now as okay, wait, what's happening? Okay, that's going to be the top view. This is going to be the bottom side that we are looking at. Right now, Melon, of course, still at that of the bottom lane, but on the top lane we have Kyorge as well. So that is what we have. They're still trying to do the same strategy as they did earlier. Trying to get some specs up, trying to score in as much as possible, as low as possible as well to get it. To get the stacks as fast as possible to get the DPS running, confusion, and that of the card swap.
Right. We're seeing the Mr. Mime is being Mr. Mime is being knocked out.
Actually, yeah, I really think that you know what I think as of right now is that Overdrive is really acknowledging the fact that Mr. Mime is doing basically almost everything for the side of Mega Tyranitar. If if this Kyorge. If Kyorge with the Mr. Mime would be able to just get the XP, then it might as well just give the entire game to Mega Tyranitar. They are acknowledging it and making sure that it doesn't happen from the early game and just denying the Mr. Mime immediately before it landslides up into the final land.
Right. Seeing up on top just now, Lucario actually managed to survive with the focus ban and actually just go out and eat the citrus berry and make sure that he survives.
Right. So again, that is actually quite detrimental as well as Citrus Berry is only available if you have tier one score goal up, and if you don't have any tier one score goal up, you're not gonna have any more Citrus Berry. But look at this right now, Melon is still trying to survive here, still trying to get some score, but it's not gonna be enough though. I think this is gonna be quite a huge risk here for Melon, but is it gonna be enough to take down the LDGs? Yes, it is enough, and eject button just to get away and survive. And right now into that of the top lane with the help of Score Shield, Kyorge is now up with a lot
On
of
level
I
6.
haven't I honestly I haven't counted. I wasn't able to count how much score has Kyorge already put in, but I'm assuming there's already more than 6, and from then on, already gets all the stacks for themselves. But right now we're gonna be seeing some one-on-one here from that of the top lane. Kyorge is going to be able to survive, but going into that of the bottom lane, we're seeing that Megatron is getting tyranted by that of Overdrive, and that is going to be a tree for non-trade, albeit of course everyone is on the low health right now. They're still gonna be able to take this first steal score goal for themselves.
Right. Just now, Melon also checking on the bush if there's any Pokemon. There's also Rapid Spin, also Water Spout from the Blastoise right now. It was previously Water Turtle, but it's Blastoise right now.
Mhm. Yeah, and it needs I believe it needs one more level. I believe it was level 10 to get the Unite
Unite.
move. So we're still not gonna be able to see the Hydro Typhoon yet. Um, but even without the Hydro Typhoon, still that is still quite
Offensive
huge.
pressure.
Yeah, the Rapid Spin and Water Spout, and especially that when you can use a Water Spout and then use Rapid Spin to reset the Water Spout, and then use the Water Spout once again while the Rapid Spin, that is quite a huge DPS coming in from that of the Blasters, and we just see how much damage, how much quick they were able to take down this Rotom for themselves. With the help of the Rapid Spin Water Spout, that is actually quite huge damage and quick as well.
Right. And Mr. Mime still going to, steal on some of the score. Trying to take knockout on the Carfish. But we'll see if it's actually worth it or not because, and then, yeah, another scoring.
Yeah, and at this point, again, remember that Kyorge here is running in specs, so definitely it needs to score as much as possible, as least as possible, as low as possible as well, to get as much stacks as as quick as possible. But right now, getting ganked in by 3 people from the side of Mega Tyranitar is not going to be able to survive, especially without the help of Showtime. Doesn't have the Unite move yet, and even then, if they do have the access into that of the Unite move, I don't think it's actually quite worth it to use the Unite move at that point, as there's no one going to follow up with the damage.
Whoop. Still there.
Ooh,
It's
look
still
at the damage.
look at the damage. That's really great. Kind of the play on trying to pick up the knockout, but just staying there. Thought that he's actually gone, but it's not, and go for the solar beam directly.
Right, but look at this though. Aura Cannon into the power up punch is going to be able to take Kyorge out, and at the same time, they are now rotating into that of the bottom lane just to get this Dreadnought up. But Verdant Anger is going to be used by that of the Venusaur. It's not going to deal a lot of damage. Code and Cloud Crash right now from MYP to sustain themselves, and that's going to be a 3 for non-trade in favor of Overdrive, but still not enough though. It's going to be 4 down right now for the side of Mega Tyranitar, and they were able to take in the Dreadnought as well for themselves. Overdrive right now is on a roll and on a huge advantage against Mega Tyranitar.
Right. But again, we'll see if this Mastermind Kyorge can actually carry the team, or even all the other Pokemons, right? Because again, it's a Zapdos game, so it's the game is try to be as advantageous as possible before the Zapdos is being spawned, and try to knock out the Zapdos, and go with as many scores as possible on the last 2 minutes.
Oh, look at the damage of the Confusion Plus though. That was quite huge of a damage going. Oh, man,
Really huge.
Mr. Mime, we know that this is a support character, more into CC, but seeing Kyorge use Mr. Mime as a DPS is very scary. It's just very scary.
In terms of damage rate, it's really similar to Gardevoir, I would say.
But even then, Gardevoir, at the very least, Gardevoir's damage comes in it comes in stacks, right? Especially with Psyshock, it deals 3 times. But Mr. Mime with Confusion,
It's
does it
burst.
all at one at one throw. So that's quite scarier if you ask me.
And that's a knockout onto the Lucario. Oh,
Not yet, not yet,
oh!
not yet. It was
Not
able to
yet?
survive. It was able to survive.
Oh,
Yes,
crazy,
indeed, it was
crazy
able to
Lucario.
survive.
Crazy Lucario, I'll say. But a bit of info. I think right now the Lucario that Overdrive has is the top Lucario in Indonesia. Like nobody is playing Lucario
Oh
better
wow.
than him. Yep. And they're trying to
Okay,
knock out
okay.
the Dreadnought.
So Overdrive. So this is the battle between the best Indonesian Lucario and the best what do you call this? And the best
Mr. Mime.
Vietnamese Mr. Mime. So interestingly enough, though. But look at this, though. It looks like Kyorg is going to be ambushed, but that is actually a very good use of eject button, because if you use an eject button at that very spot, you would be able to
And
just
it's
go
showtime.
into that of the grass. And of course, as you mentioned, it is showtime. Gatling Galt Missile as well. Hydro Typhoon is going to be up as well. Leaf Tornado from the side of NYP, and that's going to be 4-0 for the
Down.
side of Overdrive. And of course, Overdrive here, Mega Charizard here still has Mr. Mime up. Might be able to try and steal this one away from Mega Tyranitar, and if they sorry, from Overdrive, if they could, this is going to be quite a lot, and they were able to. Wait, yes, they were able to. They were able to take it away,
But,
bro,
bro.
bro.
So they're going to defend right now, I guess.
No, okay. So here's the implication, though. Here's the implication. The problem is with this, right?
Right.
If you're only one player, if you're the only one player, right?
Oh, that's 48. That's really huge. That's what? Is that a 50? No, the 50 doesn't come in. But
No,
right now,
it
I think
didn't.
it's a
It
close
didn't. It
spell.
didn't.
It's a close spell right now. It's a close spell. But okay, I think right
Yeah.
now they need to go for the push. They're trying to
They
push
actually
up on
do.
top.
They actually do. Yeah. So here's the thing, though.
Everybody.
Like the implication of what happened with the Zapdos is that if there's anyone who's dead, when you take the Zapdos, they won't get
That's
any score at all.
Right.
They
right.
won't. They
So
won't. They
there's
won't get any
92.
score at all. So all the
That's
score.
192.
Yeah, all the score that is supposed to come to your teammates who are dead are just gonna get dropped in the middle. And at that point on, that is why we saw immediately from the side of Overdrive, they for some reason got 50 from all around the entire team of them, right? They got like 50
Right.
points out of the blue. It was because it was dropped because Kyorga's teammates were dead at the time when he was able to steal out the
Right,
Zapdos. And from
right.
then on, even when Kyorga was able to get in 50 points, there was just too much of a number from the side of a Mega Tyranitar, from the side of a Overdrive, right? For them to actually score in. So that is quite a huge bummer. But it is going to be the game here for Overdrive still, even when Mega Tyranitar is the one who stole the Zapdos. That's actually quite huge. I think the respawn time was quite, it didn't reach at a negative time as well. I think and at the same time, you can't blame Kyorga as well, because if Kyorga didn't steal that at that moment, it would have demolished
anyway.
them so much, right?
Yep. I think in terms of the the mistake, right? After that, they are able to knock out the Zapdos. They were not organized enough to push back to Overdrive side. Like imagine like if there's the Pokemon was able to at least take out the tier 2's tower up on top, tier 2's goals up on top. By being very coordinated, everybody is going onto the right lane, onto the same lane. That will be very much different. And because like as we saw right now, in terms of Overdrive was able to take the knockouts, like knockouts up on top, knocks out on the bottom. So that's why when they were actually defending, on the turns that they need to defend, they lost the defend.
Right. And again, they took all their time. They kind of risked everything, into that of the Zapdos fight. And again, they were all taken down. And I think, I mean, I wouldn't say that they could have played it any better. I think they did their best into defending the Zapdos, making sure that Team Overdrive wouldn't be able to take the Zapdos,
Yep.
or at the very
Yep.
least, they wouldn't be able to defend the Zapdos against them. But
Yep.
at the same time, it was quite unfortunate for them to be on the respawn time, right? To be KO'd when Kyorge got the Zapdos. So unfortunately for them, they're not gonna be getting any of the score, and that actually worked in favor of Overdrive as well. Again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're dead when your teammates has gotten the Zapdos, all the goal, all not goals, all the score, all the balls that's supposed to come to you are just gonna get dropped off in the middle of the boss pit.
Yep. Yep. But again, I think there needs to be some changes in terms of the strategy by Vietnamese side, because as we can see from the beginning of the game until to the point on the last game was actually Overdrive was actually running through the whole game. So they definitely need to make some changes to be able to keep up on the next game.
Right. Again, as we mentioned, this is a team game. We definitely acknowledge how strong Kyorge is. In terms of using the Mr. Mime, but then again,
Showtime.
yeah, by using the Mr. Mime, but like at the same time, this is as I mentioned, a team game. It's not just one player versus five. It's not just 1-on-1. It is a one. This is a 5-on-5 team. So definitely, even if Kyorge is going to be able to give everything to their teammates on a silver platter, if they're not going to be chewing their food anyway, they're not going to be able to intake those food that Kyorge, the Marmoset is going to be giving them.
But I think in terms of looking at the gameplay, right? Mega Tyranids was actually playing quite pretty well as well. It's just that the Cure Gate is really the style of the match, I'd say, right? I'm not saying that the others are playing bad. The others play actually really well.
Yeah, they're
as
actually
well.
good.
They're actually really good. It's just that I think in terms of the formation, or on how to strategize themselves, on how to go for the objectives, Overdrive is slightly better on this one.
All right. And right now, let's find out what they're going to be using. Oh, wow. Hovering into the Charizard? Okay, of course it's not. Oh, of course it's not going to be the Charizard. Of course it's not going to be the Charizard. But right now we are seeing the same composition here for the side of a Mega Charizard. Wait, no.
Absol.
They have Absol. Instead of a... what was this? Instead of...
Greninja.
Yeah, instead of the Greninja, they're going to opt in for the Absol as their jungler. So what's the implication here? What's good about this is that using Absol is usually only good into the early game, as Absol doesn't really scale that well into the late game. But of course, it's a pretty good Pokemon, right? It's a pretty good Pokemon if you're using it on a one-on-one basis. But if you're not using it on a one-on-one, especially that this is a team fight, especially with this Blastoise, right? Especially with this Blastoise, I think it's highly likely that this Absol would get disabled quick. But let's find out how Mega Tyranitar is going to be using this against Overdrive, and how this Absol is going to help them win this game.
Right. Especially when we know that Absol is really strong first game, and it can easily pick up knockout on Jigglypuff, or even on the Cramorant, or even on the Eldegoss sometimes. So I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just that he needs to take up the chances to make the knockouts as early as they can before the team game starts.
Yeah.
Right.
And definitely that is what they're doing. Again, Overdrive, I'm for sure they have been watching the games of Mega Tyranitar as well, making sure, they acknowledge as well the strength of this Mr. Mime, making sure that they deny this Mr. Mime immediately into that of the early game, so that it wouldn't scale as much into that of the late game.
Right. The Tornado is up, the Whirlpool is also up, and it's ready to take up the bees that will be spawned in just few seconds left. There's the huge damage onto the Lucario, and able to pick up the knockout.
Right, and that is quite from the help of the Absol as well, and we are seeing definitely the strength of how much raw power that Absol has, especially into that of the early game. Again, if especially if it's on a one-in-one basis, but at this point on, Megatron made sure that Absol isn't alone in taking down a lot here, but at the same time, Absol is gonna get taken down by this Cramorant as well. So again, Absol might have a huge crit rate, might have a huge raw power, but at the same time, it is very squishy. So that is the catch here. But if they can use this properly, then I think they could deal a lot of damage here going against Overdrive.
Right. Wartle is actually going back to the jungle, making sure that he is going to be evolved into a Blastoise before the game starts. And the Absol up on top, trying to knock out the Lucario, but
Oh, it
unable
did!
to. Oh, it did!
It did! It did! It did, it did, it did, it did. So this Lucario is definitely running. I'd have to say running attack weights with Score Shield, as we saw from that one hit coming in from the Absol. It wasn't interrupted immediately, but look at this right now. Before we talk about it a little bit, let's get into the game right now.
The
Korg is going to
Surf!
get taken out by the Surf from that of the Cramorant. That's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Overdrive here. But let's see what damage could be dealt here by the Absol as well, as it is available into that of the game. We see the Rapid Spin and, of course, the Water Spout as well from that of Eeyore. But here we have it. We're seeing huge damage here from that of the Absol, but it can't be too aggressive, as it might get taken down as well immediately. But now we see the Dreadnought coming out as well
Position.
with the positional advantage positional
Mega
advantage
Tyranitar.
over of the Mega Tyranitar, exactly. But look at this Kyorgi right now dealing a lot of damage right now with the help of the Cotton Cloud Crash. Confusion rather. But it is going to be Overdrive who's going to be able to take in that Dreadnought, steal that away
Dreadnought.
from Mega Tyranitar, and still, get 3 KOs over to Mega Tyranitar. So that is actually quite a huge advantage here for Overdrive.
Right. And everybody is going up on top right now, trying to make sure that they'll also take the other objective, which is the Rotom, which is pretty, it's the standard strategy right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
After
There's this
taking
thing
the Dreadnought, going into the top lane, rotating, and right now we see that the Absol is trying to take this one up, and they were able to get the Zapdos for themselves. But for what purpose? Midnight Slash is going to be used for Absol, but that's not going to be enough, as there is also the Hydro Typhoon from the side of Overdrive just to take it out as well, and Rotom is not moving an inch from where it started as well. Overdrive was able to take down 2, get the Rotom away, and it's definitely going to be able to, destroy this first Hill Squirgle as well at the top lane, just sacrificing what is up onto that of the bottom lane. And I think that's pretty fine as well for Overdrive.
Right. I think just though the Cramorant wanted to go serve for the Rotom, but targets the Wigglytuff instead, which is pretty unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oof.
But look at that. Oh, off stream though, was
Whoa,
able to take
that
down
was
the Wigglytuff.
Huge damage. That was really, really huge damage and able to knock out. And there was the Mr. Mime as well, going to score in and do some chip damage, but it's going to be knocked out by the Blastoise.
Right. I mean, honestly, in that matchup, Blastoise versus Mr. Mime, I don't think Mr. Mime would have survived, especially with the rapid spin water spout combination coming in from the Blastoise. I wouldn't think it would survive even if it uses guard swap. But look at this right now. The Overdrive seems to be able to take this one up for themselves, and they would. And right now we see Hydro Typhoon from the side of Mega Tyranitar as well gets the showdown as well. Showtime rather, but that's not gonna be enough, as there's no actual follow-up from the side of Mega Tyranitar, to be able to get those damages up, and was just hamburgered away by Overdrive and was left alone in that shadow.
Alright, and right now they're also going up on top again to get the second Rotom, which they fail to pick up on the first one. There's a really, really great, Blastoise is damn crazy, I would say. Like the amount of damage, right? The amount of damage, the amount of bulk, the amount of speed when he does a rapid spin. It's crazy.
And again, like, and not only is it crazy, but at the same time, sorry, not only is it strong, but at the same time, it's almost as if it's spammable, right?
Right.
I don't think that this that this cooldown for rapid spin is too long. I think this is actually quite pretty short, and you could basically use it a lot of times, especially with the not only is it kind of spammable, but at the same time it also resets your other skill, your other move. So that is
Yep.
that. And you could use your other move while using rapid spin as well. That is what's making Blasters really strong right now, and I think
Right.
I really think Blasters is gonna get nerfed on the next patch
Right. Right.
with this combination, honestly.
That was crazy. There's a showtime in the 3 minute mark and try to take out the first tier of the goal.
Now,
It is very
here's going
important,
to be
by
the
the way.
objective, right? Here's going to be the objective here for Kyoge at this point in time, since they really need this showtime from the Mr. Mime, just to get a CC some CCs up into that of the what do you call this, for the Zapdos fight. So I think what Kyoge is going to do here, just take out a lot of wild Pokemon, just to be able to recharge their ult move, your Unite move at this point. But look at this guard swap right now, going to be helped out with the Sword of Beam that actually whiffed, going against his Blastoise. But right now,
And
it
able to
seems as
knock
this
out the
currently at
Blastoise as well.
71%. Yeah. 71% as well into that of the charge move, so that everyone now has their own Unite move, for Team Mega Charizard, but for Overdrive, it seems as the Code Clyde Crash is still not activated, still doesn't have enough charge to actually use as a sustain for everyone on the side of Overdrive. So,
Right.
Mega
Especially
Charizard right now
Blastoise.
has a lot
Especially
of as a huge
Blastoise
chance.
is still. Especially Blastoise is still not. And Absol is knocked out. Zapdos 20% left, 10% left. We'll see who's going to take out the knockout.
Oh
Will be the
no!
opponent's Lucario
Overdrive!
being stolen. But
From
right, so
such a huge
Blastoise.
range as well.
Right, Blastoise is trying to knock out the Mr. Mime while the other teammates trying to score the nice goal onto the Mega
What
Tyrant
a
side.
goal, right?
What a goal, right? What a goal.
Yeah, man, that was actually quite that's actually quite a good chance, quite a good decision as well from the Blastoise, catching up with the Mr. Mime just to prevent them from scoring,
Right,
just in
right.
case, right? But at
Just
the
in
same
case.
time, I really like what happened with the Lucario as well from the side of Overdrive. That was such a long range shot with the Aura Cannon, obviously.
Mhm.
And it was able to just perfectly time it to seal away the Zapdos from Mega Charizard. And I really thought, if it wasn't for the Aura Cannon from Overdrive, I think Mega Charizard had a really good chance of taking away the Zapdos and maybe even winning this game away.
All right.
Taking this game away against Overdrive.
There's still showtime. There's still showtime coming in. There's also Unite move from the Eldegoss. There's up on top, the Wigglytuff as well, trying to take as many scores as possible. But I don't think it will be enough to, make any score onto the Overdrive's tier at all.
Yeah, that's actually quite a huge lead. 527 to 186 in favor of Overdrive. And honestly, what Overdrive showed us is that they they really convincingly won the game as well. They have been showing their strength, they've been showing their power as a team since earlier, and I think that just like what do you call this? It shows how much they really deserve to be on the grand finals right now. But at the
Yep.
same time, huge props as well, to Mega Charizard for playing so good. It was honestly one of the close matches as well, especially on game number one.
Yep.
Kurgan taking that Zapdos away from Overdrive. I think that is a contender for a highlight of the entire event.
Right. And so even though just now, right, in terms of the war, I don't think that Mega Tyranitar was actually doing any mistake on that part. right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the opponent's overdrive managed to steal the Zapdos, which I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that's totally stealing because like I think both teams try to attack Zapdos, as much as they can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely was one of the close game as well. Like I
Yeah.
think the Mega Tyranitar was also able to take out the last Dreadnought, the third Dreadnought.
I believe so as well that they were able to take that one up, but at the same time, that last game, that last Zapdos could have been anyone's Zapdos, honestly.
Right.
And there's a lot of things happening as well on the screen. So it was, the Aura Cannon was just really the, biggest pin, the nail in the coffin, the final nail in the coffin for Mega Charizard at that point. If if that Lucario actually used Aura Cannon in the early game on the Zapdos fight, then maybe they wouldn't have been able to take down the Zapdos. But that was actually quite a huge resource management coming in from the Lucario, using it at the right time, taking the Zapdos at the right time, taking the game for themselves as well as a result.
Right. Without further ado, I think on the next match, which is the grand final of this exhibition, we'll have the two teams, one from Vietnam, one from Indonesia, Overdrive from the lower bracket, and
Mm-hmm.
also now V from the upper bracket. We'll see in a best of 5 match for this grand final, and we'll see also winner will take it all. But without further ado, I think we'll be going on a break right now, so be sure to
Mm-hmm.
be tuning in for the grand final of the C Community Exhibition of Pokemon Unite.
Right. We'll see you in a bit. Yo, here we have it. We are now back in the Southeast Asian Community Exhibitions for Pokemon Unite. This is the grand finals. This is going to be a best of five without any resets, as this is still just an exhibition match between Navi and Overdrive. Navi from Vietnam and Overdrive from Indonesia. I didn't know that Tofik is actually that Piku is actually playing on
What?
Overdrive.
What do you mean? Piku? No.
Pik-
Sonic is not playing for Overdrive.
oh, he's not. He's not playing for
He's
Overdrive. I
not.
mean,
He's
like,
not.
I mean,
It's different.
no, because like he commented something like "wish us luck," so I thought he was playing, with Overdrive. That'll be really
No.
interesting to see.
Yeah. His main was Snorlax until this point.
ah, but like almost no one uses Snorlax no more. The moment the blasters came out, right? As arguably it was a better defender, but like, I mean, if you could still use the if you could still use the Snorlax, why not, right? Anyway, without further ado, let's head straight into the game. And here we have it. We are now just going into our lobby, just waiting for them to start up. And who do you think is going to win this? Navi was able to win against Mega Tyranitar in a fashion of 2-0. They won against Trust Your Bro. They won against Mammoth Winners as well in a 2-0. Overdrive on the other
Overdrive.
hand. Yeah, Overdrive on the other hand
Lost.
won 2-0 against Mammoth Winners and Mega Tyranitar. So, who do you think is the bet here?
I think again, it depends on the strategy, right? Depends
Uh-huh.
on. I think I believe like Navi has the upper hand a bit because Navi has watched the games of Overdrive a few times. They know what to expect. They know what kind of strategy that the Overdrive is using. One for against the Philippine Bubbles from Winers. Second, also against Mega Torrenta. So Navi has time to adjust. While right now for Overdrive, they
Uh-huh.
don't have a lot of time to adjust from the game before going onto the Navi match.
Yeah. And right oh, they're still on. Okay. There you go. We are finally now starting. And this is going to be the last set of matches once again. Overdrive versus Navi. TOD. I am seeing a lot of support for TOD here on our comment section. Actually, on the not just on the broadcast, not just on the comments, but rather on the backup stream, because we have it as a backup stream on YouTube as well. But we have our main streams on our Facebook pages, which is PKMN ID, Indonesian Pokemon Community, and of course Pokemon Unite Philippines. So it's actually quite interesting to see them give out love to our players here. But I can't wait to see what Navi is going to bring to us. Going into the grand finals.
Right. And there's still again no changes from Overdrive, Lucario, Cramorant, Blastoise, Wigglytuff, and
Mm-hmm.
also Eldegoss. Well, we'll see. Navi will be using a Cramorant, Greninja, Blissey, Wigglytuff, and also Lucario. So no Blastoise from Navi's side.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like if you're gonna be considering this as well, like sorry, wow, I am interchanging the names of these pink pluffs. But like Wigglytuff is already fine as it is as a tank. There's also the sustain coming in from the Blissey, but at the same time, there's also the CC from the from the Wigglytuff and the
Cramorant.
from the Cramorant. So I think this is a pretty good lineup with the Greninja and with the Greninja and the Lucario dealing some damage as well. Once the CC is up, for them once everything is set up for them to deal a lot of damage.
All right. Right now, the meta is just to leave the two behind. Try to go as much as possible and try to get the Audino. But I think Navi is going to get that Audino on the top, in the
Wait,
middle, and Jigglypuff. Let's try as
wait,
much as possible to, and also able to take the Audino as well on
wait,
that
wait, wait, wait,
bottom
wait.
side overdrive.
Squirtle. The Squirtle from the side of Overdrive is playing jungle. Oh well, I mean they have been
Yep.
playing the jungle Squirtle since earlier as well, just to help out into that of the top lane. They're doing the same strategy as they did on game two against Mama Swine Warners. That actually got them quite of an advantage against Mama Swine Warners earlier in the stream. But right now, let's find out if this is going to work against Navi, as they're gonna get sunk in with the double slap as well, a wake up slap rather. Still
Yep.
not a double slap yet, as this still doesn't have enough of a level. But right now, we are seeing, I believe, a four-man rotation into that of the bottom lane from the side of Navi, and Lucario is going to be going. There's going to be a one-on-one Lucario into the other top lane. The Lucario from Navi is just trying to score in, while Overdrive's Lucario is taking down the jungle of the other team.
Right. In terms of XP points, right? I think Navi is actually owning a bit more in terms of this one. Lucario right now just trying to go onto the opponent's jungle side, trying to take as many jungle as possible, while Watertail on Overdrive side is trying to secure the jungle on his side as well, which is a really great play. Do you just want to leave the lane behind? Because
Mm-hmm.
in any case, right, during the timing of right now, there's no bees, there's no much point that they can put in anyway.
Mm-hmm. 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 Definitely. But right now, we're just waiting for like 30 more seconds before the Dreadnought comes out. Definitely, Lucario is going to be left up top. Oh, wait. Actually, no. Lucario has went back to the base and proceeded to rotate into that other bottom lane to get a five-man rotation into that other bottom lane, not doing what they did earlier with a 1 to 4 laning strategy. But right now, almost getting KO'd. Quan Unite right here with that other Lucario, getting a lot of damage here from the side of the Blastoise as well. Rapid spin, and look at that. Wigglytuff is going down for the side of Navi. It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but at the same time, Overdrive's Pokemon here are all on the down low in terms of HP.
Right. Nobody's going to poke the Dreadnought right now because they're still afraid in terms of the points or in terms of the health, to be honest. But we see the Dreadnought is being hit by Overdrive first. Will we see who's okay? Lucario with the power up punch, able to knock out, also knocking out the
Oh,
Blissey
Hydro
and
Typhoon!
the Ranger as well. Hydro Typhoons knocking out the opponent's Cramorant as well. With right now, Cramorant is trying to take as many points as possible, letting the Blastoise, which has the most points, to destroy the first tier on
Mm-hmm.
Navi's goal.
Right, and now Overdrive here has the advantage in terms of points. So I think what Overdrive is just going to do here is just to try to bait out this Rotom. Sorry. Poke in this Rotom to bait out Navi into getting a team fight here, winning a team fight against Navi, for them to be able to retain this scoring. As if it is going to be Navi that could take this Rotom, I think they have a pretty good chance of returning back the favor of what Overdrive did against them. But right now they have the positional advantage over to that of the Rotom, and they are now just trying to get in. We are going to be able to see a Water Burst Shuriken coming in from Cinnamon Roll, but that's not going to be
And
enough
definitely.
to steal the Rotom. And it was Overdrive that was able to get the Rotom, gets 40 as well downtown, but the 20 points from the Rotom is going to be able to destroy this first tier score goal from the side of Navi.
Right. And 11 points by Cramorant. Oh, but it's being surfed and taken to the side, but not enough to pick up the KO. Right. I think everyone is trying to, go back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
In 5 minutes, the jump pad is ready. Blastoise going on the jump pad, going to the middle, trying to take as many jungles on his side. 18 seconds left, 15 seconds left until the second Dreadnought is going to be spawned, and we'll see who's going to take the second objective.
Yeah, it's really pretty good as well. that they actually went back, because if they didn't went back, I mean, that would have been really risky, and they would have been wiped out if they didn't go back. And so that's actually a really good decision coming in from Overdrive here. But they still have the positional advantage over to that of the Dreadnought. I don't think Navi's going to be able to steal this away from Overdrive, but they're going to be resetting this Dreadnought as we see a gulping Gatling gulp missile from the side of Navi, and going to be able to deal a lot of damage. That's going to be two. No, make that three. No, that's going to be four in favor of Navi. No, make that five. That is a team wipe for
That
Overdrive.
is a team wipe. Great team wipe from Navi just now. I think there's a positioning, right? They lose a lot because they have been using the Unite move to take out Rotom, so they are
Mm-hmm.
not ready to use their Unite move to take the second red now.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, not only with that, you know, they knew when to use their unite moves as well at that point. Yeah, like they weren't just wasting their unite moves. They know when to attack, and from there, getting the positional advantage against the overdrive, that led them to, you know, taking the dreadnought and taking out 5 man from the side of overdrive. But right now, we're going to be seeing overdrive trying to take in the rotom here. It's not going to be stolen by Navi, and right now, I think what Navi is going to be doing here is just rotate down into that other bottom lane, and they did. They are rotating to that other bottom lane, but it's going to get jump pad here by the Blastoise. Not going to be able to get any score, but are seeing we're going to be seeing a 4-man rotation as well at the top, just to prevent that Rotom into getting into any of the score goals, to prevent any scores from the side of Overdrive. But that also gives them a little bit of leeway to position themselves into the map, you know, spread themselves into the map for map awareness, to give some, you know, some what do you call this? To give some size for their teammates.
Right, and get as many balls as possible before the 2 minute timer comes in, right?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, at the same time, just as you mentioned, you know, what Lucario right now is doing is just taking out some wild Pokemon so that their Unite move is gonna be charged off just in time for, you know, the Zapdos. And right now, everyone from Overdrive side have their Unite moves. It's ready to get activated anytime the moment the Zapdos came out. And Navi, well, of course, we're not sure if they have the Unite move. But right now, I think what they're going to do here is make sure that the Zapdos comes out. They're gonna get distracted by that of the Blastoise and get their own score into that of the bottom lane, and that is what's happening right now. They're gonna be able to get a lot of score here, 100 points just in time
Which is
with
huge.
that of the double points, the last stretch from the side of Navi. And right now, Gatling Gulp Missile is gonna be used right now, but also there's also oh wait, they're Gatling Gulp Missiling each other at
Right,
point blank.
right, right. But Navi managed to take up the points and 200 points onto that side with one more, also 200 points on top. One with the Blissey and also another one with the Lucario. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Overdrive right now.
Right. And honestly, with those two ults coming in from the Cramorant from each side of the teams, you know, like it was kind of hard to see what actually happened within the Zapdos. I well personally wasn't able to look at the Zapdos, and you know, the Zapdos was taken out in like less than 10 seconds. It was actually quite really fast as well.
Right. Right. So they're really struggling to keep up. They want to go for the up bow on top. We'll see if nobody actually has Unite move right now. There's still 40 seconds left. Trying to do some CC. Melon is getting hit by Lucario. The serve is going to hit, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone. And I think this game will be taken by
Oh, that's an
Navi.
ace. That's an ace once again, my friend. I really have to commend what Overdrive is doing here. You know, definitely. You know, they're just trying to get a score in as much as possible. But quite unfortunately, their struggles are going to fail them, as Navi was able to successfully, you know, block them away from scoring in. And right now, what Lucario is just going to be doing here is Oh, oh, okay. They
Not
just let it be.
before.
They just let it be because they already know that they're on the losing end in terms of points. Honestly, that is what I'm going to be doing, as well. But yeah, there's again, this is a best of five, so there's still. Oh wow, 666 and 337. There's still you know, a huge chance for them to come back, as this is a best of five. So let's find out how they're going to be adjusting on the second game.
Yep. Looking on this on the game just now, I think they did a mistake on the war on the second objective, which is Dreadnought. Um, it's for example like Melon, right? Melon already uses the Gatling gun up on top for the Rotom, right? Which they won the game, but during the match, the team match for the Dreadnought on the bottom
Mm-hmm.
lane, they lost because nobody has a Unite anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, I think it was more of like Overdrive. Actually using the Unite move immediately at the early game. Compared to like what happened on game number into their previous game where they actually use it at the very last second, saving it up. With a really great resource management. But like this time, I think they were a little bit hasty with what happened in the early game. Going over into that of like the Zapdos fight. So. I just hope that Overdrive here is going to be able to bounce back against Navi. But Navi is really just sitting at a very nice spot right now.
Right, right. Especially that's a really in the grand final, right? Winning one game is really, really huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like winning the Zapdos fight, right? Like yes, it's important, but at the same time, there a lot of people are overlooking the first 8 minutes as well. The setup going into the Zapdos. I think Overdrive here did a pretty good job into setting up themselves into the first 8 minutes of the game. But at the same time, I believe what they did on the second game against Mamoswine Warriors is something that isn't working against Navi. So maybe we could see maybe we would see the
The
one
change.
for the rotation change. One for laning as we saw in game number one. Against Mamoswine Warriors by Overdrive, Lucario being the only one left up top, and then after getting ganked down, into that of the bottom lane, make sure that they're going to be able to like, the Lucario is going to be able to like invade the jungle at the later part of the at the middle part of the game.
I think also the mistake, not the mistake, the unfortunate part on Overdrive side is they lost too many Ardenos on the bottom lane in the earlier
Mm-hmm.
games. Alright,
Mm-hmm.
Cramorant as well able to take Audino in the middle. Cramorant able to take Audino on the bottom side as well. Cramorant also able to take the bees, the fast queens, and also calm bees in the middle. From
Mm-hmm.
Navi's side, that's why it's a bit difficult for Overdrive to come back because, for example, we see the Jigglypuff was still a Jigglypuff, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still a Gossifleur when the war comes in.
Mm-hmm. Right. But yeah, I just would really like to see how they're gonna be adjusting for this. We're just waiting for one more Pokemon. Sorry, not Pokemon, but one more player. Into the side of I believe this is Navi. Yeah, it's just one more player from the side of Navi. For them to start off before the start of the game. You can see at my back we have my acoustic panel here just chilling. If you want to fix this, please come down here and fix this for me. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, we're just waiting for one more player, and we could immediately start into game number two, and then of course find out what's going to be the adjustments here for Overdrive and how Navi is going to be asserting their dominance against Overdrive here.
Right. JJ,
Uh,
so after knowing this exhibition right now, what's the plan on the next one?
I can't say anything definitive yet. I'd like to say something. I'd like to say something, but like I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna like. I don't wanna say something that couldn't happen. Like obviously we want more regions, more countries to participate in Southeast Asian community. Definitely, we have a lot to work on with this to make sure that everyone from our region, Southeast Asia, is going to get what do call this is going to get their spotlight with our tournaments, and hopefully that happens as well when we already have a spectator mode in the game. Hopefully that comes out along with the mobile release on Wednesday, because there's like a five hour, if I'm not mistaken, 5 hour 5 hour maintenance, and if spectator mode isn't one of those additions in the game, we're quitting Southeast Asian community. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right. So going on to the game, there's a bit of change actually on Navi's side. Using the Aura.
Yeah, actually, this is actually yeah. I mean, this is interesting because we all know that Zero Aura here deals a lot of damage, but the really a very squishy Pokemon, a second to the last squishiest Pokemon in the game, the squishiest one being if I'm not mistaken,
Cinderace.
Cinderace and
Greninja.
Greninja. Yeah. So uh I'm not sure how this is going to be changing them up. Definitely this is going to help them in a team fight, but honestly, I am questioning myself. Why would Navi change their Greninja into? Sorry. Why? Oh wait. Sorry. Oh wait. No. Yeah. Why would Navi change their Greninja
To
for
Azera Aura.
a Zero Aura when it was already working out well for them?
Yep. And we can see the Lucario is actually trying to take out some of the opponent's jungle. Alright, and also it's being taken out. The Audino's being taken out as well from Navi's side.
Right. So definitely that's one of the things that that could happen as well. With the help of the with that of the Zeraora, it could be an invasion as well. But at the same time, this could be like one of the strategies where you have two junglers. That of being your main jungler, and one would be the Lucario, which we've discussed I believe yesterday. That Lucario is going to be the one that invades the other team. But right now, at least Overdrive is doing their best to make sure that they are
Taking
just
the
to make sure
beast.
that Lucario and this Zero Aura stays up top, with the Blissey as well, and make sure that nobody's going to be invading their jungle, because that's going to leave them in quite a detrimental state, and especially when Zero Aura is actually scales up, despite having a very squishy HP, it would still deal a lot of damage.
Right. The Swirlpool and also the Hurricane is still coming out. Melon still on level 4, level 5 right now, waiting for the second Audino to come out, which has just been spawned. Water Turtle trying to clean up all his own jungle while Lucario is battling against another Lucario up on top.
Right. And here we have it. We might be able to see our first team fight here, before the before the dreadnought. Wait, you know what? You know what I'm thinking? I think this is a pretty good addition into the side of Navi. They Greninja damages a lot of Pokemon, right? It deals a lot of damage. But it's usually in a single target, even on its basic attack. But now with the Zero Aura, they are going to be able to deal AOE damage. But quite unfortunately, being the squishy Pokemon that it is, it got immediately taken out from the side of Navi.
Right.
But it could still have, it has plenty amount of time to get back up, to get into the to get into the Dreadnought before it comes up. But right now we're going to be seeing one more Pokemon going down from the side of Navi. No, make that two. That's going to be the Blissey and that of the Lucario. But right now we are going to be able to see the Zero Aura once again coming down. But this harassment coming in from Overdrive is just such a good adjustment from their game number one, that they were able to take down the first clear score goal instead of the bottom lane, and secures the Dreadnought as well.
Are they able to secure the Dreadnought? Yeah, they're able to secure Dreadnought. But how about the Rotom? Because the Rotom, I see it's being already hit.
It is getting attacked, yeah.
It's getting attacked. Move on the Navi side a bit and able to take down Rotom. But obviously, Rotom, right? Rotom it's only giving EXPs and a bit of a push, right? But once you actually able, and actually lets the Rotom to be hit, to enter the tier 1 goal.
Yeah, honestly, like the Rotom only gives XP to the person who's going to be last hitting that Pokemon. And at the same time, it's going to be giving 20 points to the last hitter, and 20 points additional when it gets into the score goal. But like at this point, it doesn't really matter, as Overdrive already has the advantage over to that of the XP. But at the same time, even if they're on the losing end in terms of the what do you call it, in terms of the points, again, there's still the Zapdos. All they need to focus on is to get in as much XP gap as possible against Overdrive, and just return the favor later on with the Zapdos.
Right, right. Now I believe like Zeraora is going to be knocked out fairly quite easily, still dominating the pressure on the bottom lane, which is actually the more important lane in this meta right now.
Mm-hmm. Right, and it's really interesting how like Navi's score goal is now down. Tier 1 score goals are now down. Obviously, there's no what goes Shuka berry. Was it Shuka berry? I'm not sure which berry it is. But it's no longer available for the side of Navi, and of course, Citrus berry is no longer available for their
Oh,
side as
you mean
well.
Salakberry? It's
Sorry.
Salakberry. The ones
Oh
that's
yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah,
like,
Salak berry that increases the movement speed, in the jungle. So.
man, I think you need to play VGC a lot more.
Dude, I already, I already forgot about VGC. Yes, I know that my face was on the live stream on Asia Players Cup earlier today, but we're forgetting everything about it. Okay, we unite now. We get united in Pokemon Unite. VGC divides us, bro.
Right. Okay. And on to the battle right now. It's going to be Sleep. The Dazzling Gleam going to remove the shield on the Milan side, but able to take out the Rotom. Overdrive's able to take out the Rotom, and actually most of the combis as well.
Right, and here we have it, of course. Melon here just trying to get in some Pokemon here. Trying to get in some levels
EXP.
in preparation. Yeah, XP. Sorry, yeah. Thank you for correcting me. Getting in some XP here in preparation for that of the Zapdos fight. And yeah, they also have the Rotom as well on their side. So that's going to be, getting their attention for now, for them to be able to freely just, take down some XPs in preparation for the Zapdos. And right now they have 50 points, 40 points, and 40 points for the Lucario as well, and the Blastoise, 44 for the Blastoise rather. So right now I think what they're going to be doing here is instead of going immediately to prepare themselves into that of the Zapdos, into the boss pit, they are just going to be scoring in instead of the into that of the score goals before they head into the Zapdos. And I really wish that Navi is going to be able to acknowledge this fact that they have a lot of points for them to be able to prevent them from getting any scores later on, as it is really going to be judgmental. They don't need the Zapdos. Even if Navi is going to be able to take the Zapdos, they would be able to counter back with their own counter scoring afterwards.
Yep. Correct. And especially if they already already reduced all the tiers into the tier 3 tower or tier 3 goal, it's going to be hard to to defend all the whole team in one go. Okay, we see they're trying to go for another objective, try to make as many differences in terms of level as much as they can.
Right, and now of course Overdrive having this having the access to the Dreadnought. Having access to the Dreadnought, of course, they're gonna be getting 90 seconds of shield. Obviously 90 seconds of debuff against the Zapdos, but the Wigglytuff here could just negate that, remove the debuff against them once Starlight Recital is being popped up. But at the same time, we are not going to be going to see the Zapdos comes out. But quite interestingly enough, they're not counter scoring immediately. I think they acknowledge the fact that Navi here also has 50 points with their Pokemon, but right now we're going to be seeing Plasma Gale being used, but not going to be able to hit a lot here. Of course, immediately followed up with the discharge as well, but not going to be able to deal a lot of damage against Overdrive here. They still have the upper advantage instead of HP, but they are going to be able to sandwich away this Wigglytuff. But with the help of the eject button, was able to get away from that ambush from the side of Overdrive, and this is a really good play right now coming in from Overdrive, not being making sure that they're going to be not going to get KO, but right now Gatling Gut Missile is going to be able to take down this Cramorant from the other side, and of course Cramorant is going to be able to take down this Zeraora as well, and whoever's going to be able to take this Zapdos is going to be the winner of this match, and it was Overdrive was able to take this Zapdos for themselves along with Team Ace. Exactly. That was quite a huge game.
It's 500 points for Overdrive. Nice goal.
What a goal.
What a goal.
bro, the
That is going to be
nightmares.
really hard. It's a nightmare when you lose the game, right?
The nightmares,
Oh,
bro. Like this is, I mean, this is also like why it's understandable where if there are, it's understandable to see where there are players who immediately just surrender the moment that the enemy team gets the Zapdos, just so that they wouldn't be haunted by that voice over the voice actor that the Pokemon company hired to give nightmares, essentially be the die cry of the players of Pokemon Unite.
right. So right now, in 10 seconds, I think you're just going to defend this huge amount of lead while Lucario is a bit harassing and try to get some more points as well, which he is unable to.
Right.
7-1.
And oh man, this is a 1-1 now. This is a we might this is the second game that we're going to see a 2-1, but this might also be the first game that we would see a game number 5. But of course, obviously, we're going to be moving now into
And
game
trade.
number 3. After
Mhm.
this one, we're just going to be waiting for them to, set up the stream. Sorry, set up the lobby and wait for them to have the game.
Right, right. Looking back, do you think Greninja is better or Zero Aura is better?
Honestly, I think for their composition, um, their aura could have been great, but knowing the fact that their team composition is not that bulky, their bulk only comes in the form of Blissey, with Shell Bell,
It's tough.
sorry, what was it? No, that wasn't Shell Bell. The egg.
Assault Class.
No, 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 no,
Assault
no.
Class. Oh. The move, you
Mm,
mean the move.
Yeah, yeah, the move. Why did I forget the move now? Soft boiled. There we go. Soft boiled.
Soft Ball.
Um,
Soft Ball.
comes in from soft boiled, and of course there's also the CC tank in the form of Wigglytuff. That is only where their bulk is coming from. Their sustain is coming from, and honestly, uh, even if Zero Aura has higher base HP than that of Greninja. At the very least, Greninja could deal damage from the back end compared to Zero Aura, which needs to get immediately into the middle of the team fight for them to be able to, maximize their AOE. Despite having Volt Switch and then Discharge. Obviously, they didn't go for Volt Switch at that point. They
Oh,
went in for Wild Charge instead. So, uh, wait, was it Wild Charge
no, no, no.
or
It was
Charge?
Spark. Spark.
Oh yeah, there we
Spark.
go. Spark. They went in for Spark. And then Spark discharge, and but still, even before the Zero Aura actually gets inside the middle of the team fight, what do you call this? Even before it gets into the middle of the team fight, it immediately gets procted out and essentially does nothing for the team. So at this point on, I think it would have been better for Navi to use the Greninja once again, going against Overdrive, as it was working better for them going against Overdrive. But at the same time, they have to maybe go back to what they did on game number 1, because they changed up their lineup. Again, it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't really make any sense for me personally speaking, that they changed up their what do you call this? That they changed up their composition from game 1 to game 2, which led to their loss on game number 2. But winning that game number 1 is just really something to look forward to. So if they can get their game 1 composition back again, maybe they could get a run back against Overdrive here.
Yep, yep, yep. Definitely. I also will be, super hyped up for the third game of this grand final between Indonesia and also Philippines, represented by Overdrive from Indonesia and also Navi from Philippines. Are the players
Mhm.
ready, JJ?
We are still setting up the lobby. I think they are ready now. I'll just tell them to start anytime. I'll start anytime you guys are ready. There we go. And of course, I've been seeing comments as well that they are pretty sad that Pokemon Unite is not getting good attention. in terms of the player base, I would highly disagree. Actually, it's actually getting pretty decent attention in the Western countries. You know, North America, Europe. There are a lot of organizers hosting $500 to $1,000 prize pool tournaments in Saudi, in North America and Europe. But again, it's just for them. You know, with see, one of the reasons why they released this for console is for the Western audiences. Since you know the mobile market, yeah, the mobile market is Asia, and since it's still not out yet, they're just trying to market down into the Western market. But now that the mobile version of the game is coming out, we could expect an influx of players from Asia and APAC even. As we are the country of MOBA and mobile gaming. What do you think about that, Shaggy?
I think it will just. Do you think we'll be defeating AOV and Mobile Legends soon?
Um, okay, honestly speaking though, I don't I honestly don't think that they can beat Mobile Legends and Arena of Valor. Unless esports scene is healthy. Right now, definitely Pokemon Unite, I'd have to say, Pokemon Unite is not esports ready. It's not tournament ready
Right.
with the bugs in the game right now. That could be exploited. That could be exploited by players into the tournament play. If they can fix this, that's number one. They have to fix the bugs for the game to be tournament ready and esports ready. They have to have spectator mode in the game. That's very important, especially for the health of the community, right? Of the competitive scene. Number three, I understand that this is a Pokemon game. I understand that this is a Pokemon game that the target audience is for kids, but for the patch notes and the move description, it has to be specific. It cannot be just move cooldown. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Move cooldown. Move downgrade. Yeah, but what does it mean? Right? They have to be really specific with these.
For updates, right? For updates, right?
Yeah, for updates. So honestly, if they can fix these issues and have a pretty good esports scene for the game, a lot of official tournaments as well, from Tencent or Pokemon, then I think it has a pretty good chance of defeating or overshadowing Mobile Legends and Arena of Valor if they meet these four criteria that I just said. Especially, Pokemon is what do you call this? It's the biggest video game franchise, and anything that has Pokemon in it, you know, people just buy. It could be a Pokemon mobile, franchise by made by Pokemon. A mobile device that is made by Pokemon. It's going to sell well. But if they're not gonna be taking care of the community and of the game as well, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to overshadow Mobile Legends. I don't think it's going to win against Mobile Legends and Arena of Valor. But if they can meet those four standards that I just said, I think it has a pretty good chance.
Okay, sure.
I said a lot, and he was like, "Sure, yo." But yeah, we are now heading into our game right now. We had a pretty good run. And if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments as well, and we'll try to answer those as well as we go with the tournament after the games. But right now, Shaggy, we are now getting into our third match of the grand finals. This is
Yep.
once again Overdrive versus Navi.
Right, third game as well. So, what do you think? What kind of changes that's going to be made by Navi? Will they revert the gameplay to game one?
I I honestly hope so that they are going to be reverting to game number one. The first one being that they removed the Zero Aura and now went in for the Greninja once again, just like what they did in game number one. Which is actually working out pretty well for them. And well, let's hope that Overdrive isn't too used yet against Navi using this composition. For the later part of the tournament, for the later part of the game, as it would really be detrimental if they could, stack up this Greninja, early on in the game. And yeah, of course, there's gonna be a lot more. If this Cramorant would be able to like swallow the food that they're eating right now, maybe they would be able to like throw out this Barracuda as well, more into the enemy team. To deal more damage, and obviously, this Cramorant as well is guaranteed to fetch a Pikachu if it has less than 50% health, which deals more damage, by the way.
Right, and I think Tremor is going outside using the flicker early in the game right now. Uh,
Uh huh.
there's a Frogadier and also Blissey going to harass the Water Turtle in the middle, which is going to be huge, I think, going late in the game.
Hmm. Excuse
Frogadier
me.
coming out onto the shield, but I don't think. Or there's Gossifleur is going to help as well, but it's not evolved yet, which I think he needs to evolve soon. Oh, there's a Pikachu. There's a Pikachu.
Hmm. There is definitely a Pikachu, and even so, the Pikachu is guaranteed to come out if you have 50% or less health as a Cramorant, and you could even bring it up, going into your base to heal up at 100% of HP and still deal more damage with that of the Pikachu. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, as well, if you have the Pikachu as a Cramorant, to throw out, I believe it also deals slow properties into your enemy team, enemy target rather. So here we are. Okay, we are going to be seeing the last beast before the dreadnought, and it looks like, wow, Overdrive was the one who got most of the beasts. It looks like, but right now we are 7 seconds left before the dreadnought comes out, and they're just trying to position themselves to get this dreadnought. There's going to be 5-man rotation for both of the teams into the bottom lane, but oh, look at the camera. The camera is actually kind of. The camera work here is kind of destroying my eyes. Wait, please. Calm
I think
down, Melon.
he's used to trying to see the position of the opponents as well.
Hmm.
Going to try to knock out the Greninja as soon as they can, but only able to take knockout onto the Blissey. But they're set up
Mm.
right now. They're really set up. They're really set up for the Dreadnought. Actually, no, they just want to put in the scores and go back with less health, which
Hmm.
I'm not sure if that's a bear play or not.
Well, we'll definitely find out what's going to be the consequence of doing it right now, as we are going to go into a team fight. That serve coming in from Melon actually was a little bit late, and they weren't able to steal away this Dreadnought. And from there on out, they are just getting team wiped right now by Navi. Again, they went back to what they did on game number one, and it's working out pretty well for them compared to what happened on game number two, where they replaced the Greninja with that of Zero Aura. And I think going back to their game one strategies is helping them out a lot against Overdrive here. And here we have it, of course. After the Dreadnought goes in for the lesser objectives, instead of the Rotom, it's going to be given down into that Overdrive. And I think it's pretty okay as well to just sacrifice it a little bit, so that they would be able to just focus down into what they really need. But right now, look at that as well. Gatling Gulp Missile is going to be able to take down away this Cramorant from the side of Overdrive. And of course, with the Hydro Typhoon as well coming in from that of the Blastoise, going to deal a lot of CC and be able to let the rest of the Team Navi, to proc up their damage and follow up from their CC. I think you're muted.
I think the mistake that they do that was trying to go to score the goal, but unable to destroy the goal, and then they lost the timing to knock out the Dreadnought.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. Hmm. And at the same time, like Overdrive is trying to steal away the Dreadnought away from Navi, but quite unfortunately, they mistimed their moves, to steal away the Zapdos. They were actually quite a little bit of late. Quite, what do you call this? They were quite late on doing their moves, so they weren't able to take away this Dreadnought. But right now, as you can see, Melon is just trying to get in some levels here to get their Unite move right now. Gutling Gulp Missile right now. They are currently on the XP deficit. Overdrive is. And at this point on, though, having that access into their unite moves, I think they would be able to deal a lot of damage here. But with that Blissey assistance, going to deal a lot of damage with the help of that Aura Cannon as well, boosted attack with the Blissey assistance. But right now, we're going to see a Hydro Typhoon as well to knock them all away. Let's find out who's going to be able to take the Dreadnought here. Whoever's going to be winning this team fight is definitely going to be able to take this Dreadnought as well, as that is going to be a team ace for Overdrive, taking out everyone from the side of Navi. Now they need to take down the Dreadnought immediately and quite quickly as well, because with the very short time for Pokemon Unite, that's one thing that a lot of people are actually looking forward to talking about. Sorry, not looking forward to, but like talking about is that like Pokemon Unite has a small map, and it also has a very, very fast respawn time. So even if you take them all out, especially the Zapdos fight, if you can take out the Zapdos or any of the objectives quite quickly and fast, then you wouldn't have enough time at all. I think you're muted again.
All right, 3 minutes
There
left.
you go.
Overdrive trying to take out the Rotom as soon as they can. Going for the Fluffy Tail right now. Not going to be able to talk out the Rotom, and it's going to be taken out by Navi, but able to deal almost a team wipe. Actually, 2 kills onto Navi's side.
2K definitely coming in from the Overdrive side, but at the same time, this Rotom is just being just being sacrificed, in preparation for the Zapdos, and I think that's pretty fine as well. This is just like 20 seconds, 20 points for Navi. If Overdrive actually repelled away and tried to block the Rotom, it would have given Navi 40 points instead. So I'm really glad that they didn't do that, and they opted in not to do that, to not to put them into a disadvantage. But right now, it seems as if we are now in the last stretch. We're gonna be seeing Zapdos here getting taken down quite quickly as well by Navi. I see, but Gatling Gulp Missile is gonna be used right now, but it's gonna be Navi who's gonna be able to take down the Zapdos with the help of the Lucario. Now they're just trying to get everyone away, ignore everyone away, and just score in some points. And they're gonna be doing it for 44 points up top. There's gonna be 80 points down below. That's going to be a total of 124. That's gonna be 224 points, and there's gonna be another 80 points here, 280. That's gonna be 320 points for them. 324 points. No, make that 424 points for Team Navi.
That's going to be really, really hard for Overdrive to come back from this part.
Definitely.
Dazzling Gleam hits really hard.
Yeah, it does hit really hard as well, but like at the same time, Cute Charm doesn't really do as much, as the ability of Wigglytuff. It doesn't really do as much into ranged attackers as it's going to interrupt them, but like definitely it's not enough for Wigglytuff to actually follow up with any moves, going against ranged Pokemon, just like Cramorant. But at this point on, Overdrive, they still need to get into score here. Oricana is gonna get procced here. Gonna see some score shield as well. 50. There's gonna be 100 for Overdrive. Wait, did it score at the bottom? Oh, they scored as well. They scored 58 into the third tier. Wow, this might be close though. This might be close.
This might be close. And in like 10 seconds, it's Navi is impossible to go to the Overdrive side and try to pick up some scores. There's another 18 score from Overdrive. There's another score from Overdrive. We'll see if that actually is enough to pick up the game. 64.
It did!
Oh! Yo!
What?
Yo!
What? So they might have not been able to take the Zapdos, but they were able to counter score with the help of the score shield as well for the Wigglytuff. They were able to score in with the Blastoise. I honestly I wasn't I didn't catch that Overdrive was scoring into that of the bottom lane. All I did catch was that they're scoring up top, but I never caught the them scoring into that of the bottom lane. And when I saw the and I didn't see where like where like there was 58. There was 58 by the Blastoise. There was 58 points by Blastoise, and then immediately followed up by 100 points. That was actually quite a good game from Overdrive. Yes, Navi was able to take in the Zapdos, but like Overdrive on the other hand, they played it really well. They never gave up, and here I am, making a fool out of myself, saying stuff like, "Oh, this might be the game for Navi," but hey, Overdrive's piling up their small points with times two with Score Shield, and got the game away.
Right. So I think this is where we think that, yeah, sure, this is a Zapdos game, right? But even though you use Zapdos, but you're able to win this fight and try to score as little as possible, like 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, not 100 points at the same time. Like, you might still be able to win the game, right?
Right.
And this is a solid proof that Zapdos might not be the only way for you to win.
Right. I mean, here's the thing though. Like, a lot of people are saying that Zapdos needs to be nerfed. Zapdos needs to be, taken down, or maybe even, have some rotations during the game. I understand their point, but at the same time, I don't think Zapdos is a problem. I think the problem is that Zapdos comes out only during the last stretch, which gives out 2 points. If Zapdos actually comes out, prior to last 2 points, I think it wouldn't do as much of a problem as it's already doing. Especially it's gonna be giving you like 50 points. Yeah, that's just 50 points. That's just 50 points. But like with the time 2, the last stretch, that's gonna be 100. So
yep.
Anyway, before we head into a break, of course, we're going to be having a break before we head into game number 4 and game number 5. If we get into game number 5, if, of course, Navi wins that one. So we're going to have a little bit of short break. Going to be back here in 10 minutes. But we are seeing some comments here as well. I asked the audience over at YouTube what they want to see for the next Southeast Asia exhibitions. Some of them are thinking maybe we have a league for Southeast Asia. Definitely something that we could plan out next time. We have to talk to other Asian representatives as well to make sure that we get, if not all, most of the region on Southeast Asia. So hopefully we can make it work. But for now, we're going to be taking a short break for 10 minutes, and we will be right back with the game 4 and potentially even game 5. And here we have it. We are once again back, potentially the final game as well for our Southeast Asia Community Exhibitions. Once again, guys, we have in your casters. My name is JJ from the Philippines, and with me is Ryu Hashegi from Indonesia. And if you want Southeast Asia exhibitions to happen, once again, let us know down in the comment section. Give us some message over the Facebook page of Pokemon Unite Philippines and PKMN ID Pokemon Indonesia community, and also over at the Vietnamese community as well, and Malaysian community. Send us some messages, send us some love that you want to see more of these, and maybe we could get some league running. And if you could get connected to other communities in Southeast Asia, maybe we could make this bigger than it already is. But right now, we are here to talk about the final game. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Potentially the final game. Once again, just a little bit of recap. Shaggy, Overdrive has 2 wins. Navi has 1 win. If
Yep.
Overdrive wins this game, then it is going to be a 3-1 win for Overdrive.
Right. Correct. That really is true. So after the break, I believe like both of these players are already try to recap a bit slight of the meaning, what kind of changes they should play in terms of the strategy. We did see that Overdrive does not change any of those Pokemon since the first match. While as we see Navi, we see Mamoswine, we see Mega Torrenta, and all those other teams that play 2 games or above, they did change in a way, in terms of the Pokemon 1 or 2 times. But for Overdrive, it's been the same since the beginning.
Yes, sorry, I agree.
All right, and so we have this 1 second, 2 second, 1 second left to start the loading page for Overdrive against Navi. We'll see the same lineup again from Navi, which is the Blissey, Lucario, Wigglytuff, Blastoise, and also Greninja. It's kind of a bit weird when you don't read 6 Pokemon at the same time, by the way. Usually I read like
Dude,
6 Pokemon at the same time, right? Like, so for example, on the right side we see Blissey, Lucario, Wigglytuff, Blastoise, Greninja, and oh wait, it's 5 only.
dude, do us a favor and forget VGC.
All right. Anyway, this is Unite. Let's go on to the match. We see the Cramorant and also Gossifleur going onto the bottom lane. We see Lucario is trying to dive into the opponent's jungle, even with the eject button as well, I guess. And Squirtle's trying to take out their own or his own jungle. Lucario is
Right.
meeting who upstairs again? All right, I think Melon right now is able to take the Audino. That which is really really huge in terms of the XPs, by the way.
Yeah. And right now, Melon wants to just secure this Audino for themselves, and I think that's a pretty good one as well for them. They need to be able to do the same strategy as they were doing on game number 2 and game number 3 as well. Just. I'm not saying that they shouldn't care about the Zapdos at this point. I think it's still really important to know the importance of the Zapdos, but at the same time, it's really nice to see that they are getting their options as well. Trying to know their options if they don't have the Zapdos for
Mhm,
themselves. And right now, I think
mhm,
they need to
mhm.
be able to keep that up their pockets as a trick, as their last resort, strategy, just like what happened earlier as well.
Right. I think in terms of the play that Overdrive has, right, he has a Cramorant, which is actually very monumental, allowing the Water Cell able to, go up and help Lucario in terms of leveling up, while giving off the offensive pressure that they will take out all the beasts as well. Because, usually you need 4 Pokemon to be able to take out all the beasts, especially when you're on a 4v4. But with Cramor, you're able to take the Pokemon of the beast or the Vespi Queens, even though you're only left with 3 Pokemon on the below lane.
hmm Yeah, into the bottom lane. There you go. But right
Right.
now,
Mhm.
we have we still have Madeline here just trying to get level 6 as fast as possible so that they would be able to like get surf to help out the team. And in just a few seconds as well, we're gonna be seeing not only the Dreadnought but also in just less than 15 seconds, we're gonna be seeing the first beast, the last beast before the Dreadnought. So whoever's gonna be taking this definitely would get a lot of XP before the Dreadnought. But right now we're gonna be seeing the Blissey with that of the XP share as well. We're gonna be seeing another team fight here. Gets a Sing here, gets the eject button just to get out of the Sing range, but that's not gonna be enough though, as they're still not gonna be able to take down anyone from the side of Navi, and it is not soft boil as well from that of the Blissey just to be able to sustain their Greninja, and nobody's going to get taken down, and everyone's just going to be able to sustain themselves, get a little bit of a footing here, get go back a little bit and retreat and get regain their footing, to get back into another team fight going into the Dreadnought. And right now, they are just going to be, sizing each other up right here. To wait and bait out for the Dreadnought and get them away, take them out, and whoever's going to be able to win this one, this team fight is going to be able to win the Dreadnought as well. But right now we're going to be seeing a power up punch going to get cancelled by the Q charm of Blissey. And there we have it. We have TOD as well. Eeyore right now with the Blastoise, but we're going to be seeing the Blissey as well, just trying to hide into the bush. Going to have a stealth. What do call this, stealth scoring, but at the same time, that also meant the Dreadnought for overdrive.
And also first tier goal for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! There's only one left? Oh, okay. Right, I think everybody's going up on top, trying to take out the second or the minor objective, which is the Rotom. Offensive pressure on the lane with the Rotom, which is going to be huge. The Sing is actually hitting most of the Pokemon. Melon decides to take the Eye Pump instead of the opponent, knowing that the opponent already has a huge offensive pressure. The Surf there is not going to hit anyone, and the Gatling Gun with the with the Tornado from the Blastoise is able to take out the 20. With 20 is able to take out the first tier on Navi side as well. The Surf and also the Hurricane are able to knock out the Vaspi Queens with the and also the Blastoise allows to take out the Rotom and gives off the offensive pressure on the top lane as well.
Now this is scary.
Oh, it's still a water soul. It's still a water soul, by the way.
This is scary now. Okay.
That's Blastoise.
This is scary for Overdrive because this is what happened in game number 2 as well. They were on the lead on game number 2, but they were they were taken back by Navi. So I'm just really scared to that Overdrive is getting in some advantage right now, but like it's gonna get the tables turned around them at the late game. So I hope that's not gonna be the case for Overdrive here. We're gonna be seeing the Dreadnought as well in just a few moments here, in just less than 30 seconds, and let's find out who's gonna be able to get that one up. Obviously, Overdrive has the XP advantage right now, so if they could get this Dreadnought, they would be able to like keep that gap away, with Navi and still oppress them, with their XP lead.
And 3 Pokemon is actually still has the Tornado, still has the Unite move, and if Blastoise decides to go for the Tornado, Melon will be knocked out, while all the others, there's the Tornado as well from the Navi's Blastoise. But the Power Punch from Lucario doesn't hit anyone. The Bone Rush is going to hit none as well. Going to jump is Melon onto the top side actually.
I think what Melon is doing here is just trying to get that Corpish away and try to position themselves into that of the Corpish, maybe score in a little bit into that top lane, maybe get the Beast sealed it away from Navi. And that is what they're doing right now, as well as positioning themselves into that of the Rotom. Everyone's already rotating up top, preparing for that Rotom. And now here's the thing though. Oh yeah, by the way, it wasn't Typhoon. It was it wasn't Tornado, Typhoon. There you go,
Typhoon.
Hydro Typhoon for the Blastoise. But right now, as you can see, with this rotation right now coming in from Overdrive, it seems as if they are securing. They can secure rather the Rotom and just sacrificing that of the bottom lane. I think they are in a pretty good spot as well to just give that away. That's first still score goal into that at the bottom lane. Knowing the fact that they are currently in the lead in terms of XP and points as well, getting that rotom as well up top, and with that distraction at the top of the lane, they can just get him some scores, sneak some scores. Especially that there are two Pokemon with 50 points. That's Lucario and that of the Blastoise, into that of the bottom lane with the help of the score shield as well into their own Blastoise. But quite
but unable
unfortunately, it
to.
got damaged. Yeah, it got damaged too much that it got interrupted.
Yep. But right now, the position for Overdrive is actually really good to start off the Dread now again and try to take out the knockout. But we see the Wigglytuff has the Unite move yet, so it's really interesting. And hopefully, the Overdrive will have. Oh, the Unite move is ready right now for Wigglytuff and also Eldegoss to start their war on the Zapdos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And here we have it, of course. We're going to be seeing the Zapdos right now, just trying to position themselves, just trying to take out Overdrive here and seal that Zapdos for themselves, Zapdos for Navi. But look at that. So Water Burst Shuriken is not going to deal a lot of damage here as it's going to be taken down. But Hydro Typhoon for both of the Blasters is going to be procced in as well. Gatling Gout Missile is going to deal a lot of damage, especially into this Wigglytuff. And that's going to be 3 for none for the side of Overdrive. Now they just need to secure the Zapdos. And if they could secure this, then they are going to be definitely taking this game away from Navi.
Right, 50 points for Melon, 50 points for everyone actually. Try to go up on top, destroy the tiers, right? But again, like this is the game. It's still 1 minute left. And like as we saw in the game before, right? Navi took the Zapdos, but still loses the game. So it will be very interesting to see on how Navi is going to come up on this one.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think that Navi would have enough chance to score and sneak in some scores here. There's just a little bit of a minute left. Yes, we saw that with Overdrive with just a little bit of a minute left. They were able to score in some points, but what Overdrive has here isn't the same with Navi. And of course,
Yeah.
that could be said the same as well from Navi. But like knowing the fact that they are just blocking and protecting their own score goals really greatly, just says that okay, Navi's not going to be able to do it. And right now they're just staying into their score, their
Okay.
base essentially. Basically, essentially giving up.
All right, I think that's if that's it, then should be a game for this grand final match and this
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asia exhibition, the first Southeast Asia exhibition, and I really do hope that we'll have more countries joining in onto the next
Mm-hmm.
one, maybe more teams as well, and we'll see the winner of this sea exhibition is actually from Overdrive from Indonesia.
Huh. Wait, that sounds fishy. Look at how happy Shaggy is. Like, yo, yo, chill out, bro.
Super dead straight face right now. But again, like props again, like really props for Navi, able to take one game from Overdrive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really great play. It's especially like the as a team, right? As a collectively as a team, they're really
Mm-hmm.
really good in terms of like the positioning and taking out. But unfortunately, on the last game just now, it's just that the positioning on taking out the objectives is a
Mm-hmm.
bit mistiming, I would say. That's why they were unable to secure the Dreadnought and the Rotom as well, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually unable to secure the Zapdos.
Right. But moving over again. This is the Southeast Asia Community Exhibition. We would like to do more of these, especially coming in, me coming from the Philippines, Shaggy coming in from the Indonesia. If you want to see more of these, to come out, please do send us some love, send us some message. Especially we want to see countries such as like uh, countries such as Thailand, countries such as Singapore to
Singapore,
come in. Yeah, right.
Laos,
Yeah, Laos to
Brunei,
join in
anyone.
anyone in Southeast Asia. We want everyone to be here, but of course, we don't want to make it immediately grand. We want to take it one step at a time and make sure that it's all good for everyone and it's all for the enjoyment of the community and to basically we've done this to show love towards the community. And hopefully that is the message that we've given you guys today and yesterday. And if you want to see more of this, again, just send us some love. We have in your casters. My name is JJ from the Philippines. This is Rio Shaggy from the Indonesia. This is Southeast Asia Community Exhibition for Pokemon Unite. We'll be right back for more next time. So, oh, sorry, I didn't give my proper advice. Shaggy, did you want any? Do you want any last words? Sorry, I automatically clicked on the end of the screen. But like, if you have any last messages before we end the stream.
Actually, nothing. You said most of the things that I want to say, but again, like thank you so much for everyone who's been following us, watching, send us some love. Obviously, we would love to see more countries joining onto the next one. Especially, I know that Singapore has been reaching out to one of my players as well. Knowing that there's this Southeast Asia exhibition and they want to join the next one, we'll welcome you. Let's talk about after this. And obviously, like again, like props for Overdrive. Losing the first match on his exhibition, going from the lower bracket to the grand final, it's not an easy feat, right? So definitely props to them and props to all the teams that have been joining. Thank you so much for giving up, like really, really good experience, really, really good content for all the Pokemon Unite fans in Southeast Asia in this weekend.
And there's gonna be more because the mobile release is on the 22nd. Right.
Yep,
So
yep,
like,
yep.
like what we have been like discussing earlier on, like I do kind of like 50% agree that there's not enough love for Pokemon Unite right now in Asia, or at least in Southeast Asia, because again, we are a country of mobile players, not console players. I mean, not a lot of us owns consoles, but once mobile release comes out, there's going to be an influx. There's going to be a lot of players, especially coming from games such as like Mobile Legends, Wild Rift, Arena of Valor, and all those games, going to try out Pokemon Unite just because it's a mobile game. And of course, there are going to be some players who aren't players of mobile games, but is going to be playing Pokemon Unite just because it has Pokemon on it. So I hope that is going to be good for us, and I hope that we make this Southeast Asia exhibition community matches bigger and bigger than ever next time. But for now, that's gonna be it for us, and we'll see you guys next time for the next Southeast Asia Community Exhibition.